According to Jack Welch, former GE chairman and CEO, I quote, "Before you are a leader, success is all about growing yourself. When you become a leader, success is all about growing others." End of quote. In SDO Pampanga, we really want our schools to grow in success. As caretakers of more than 500 schools in Pampanga, we make sure that growth is not just by number, but by quality. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Robin D. Perez, and this is the Vision Smea Orientation 2021. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it's already 9 o'clock exactly on the clock po in the morning. And today is November 24, 2021. Napakabilis po ng panahon. Isang buwan na lang po ay Pasko na. Ayan, this the season to be jolly, mga kadeped po, no? And we shall be jolly because today we will be equipped with knowledge about our school monitoring, evaluation, and adjustment. And based on my own assessment, ito po yung part kung saan medyo nahihirapan po tayo when it comes to SBM validation. But today, after this orientation, you will have a better reporting mechanism on MEA system, process, and tools. You will also have a relevant concerns on MEA reporting and improve the MEA implementation at the district or cluster and school level. I really hope that everyone is excited. But before we begin our orientation, may I invite everyone to observe proper undertakings while we are having our pambansang awit ng Pilipinas, Himno ng Kapampangan, which will be followed by an opening prayer. Let's have our preliminaries in 3, 2, 1, roll AVPs.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kapampangan ni Sapwa, Tinlegwang Nalaning Alaya, Gauning Pantasatwa, Silbing Kayanging Tempangan, Batis ni at panang nakabaler, ligayaming epayapa, king malugod mong kandungan, Kapampangan sa leling-legwan, Kapampangan sa nalaning katimawan, kilupin
Almighty, loving, and merciful Father, Creator of everything and source of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, we adore you for your infinite wisdom and power. We praise you for you are the only one who can direct our lives. We thank you for all the gifts you have bestowed on us, your children. Without you, we are nothing. You are the ultimate teacher. You teach and instruct us in the way of life and guide us into your will. May we teach others with the wisdom and love that we receive from you. Remind us that our teaching is an act of worship to you. Amen.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the kingdom and power, and glory, the kingdom and power, and glory forever.
Alrighty, maraming salamat for participating in our preliminaries, no? I also like to thank Ma'am Brendalyn Liwanag and of course Sir John Paul Palyasigi for helping us in our preliminaries. This orientation won't be possible without the help of our big leaders in the Division Office of Pampanga. So thank you so much, and we want to acknowledge our newly appointed officer in charge of the Office of the Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Melissa S. Sanchez. I also like to give acknowledgement to our very able Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Shirley B. Sipagan, our two outstanding chiefs, Dr. Arcely Santos Lopez and Dr. Celia R. Lacanlale, and of course the head organizer of this Division Smea orientation, the School Management Monitoring and Evaluation Unit headed by Madam Michelle B. Mejia. And for all our participants in this orientation, maraming salamat po for tuning in, no? We are live via DepEd Tayo SDO Pampanga FB page and DepEd Pampanga YouTube channel. So kindly inform na po ang ating mga ka-DepEd na mag-tune in na po sa ating programa. Maraming salamat. And in just a few reminders lang po, no, we want to get your full attention of everyone po, no, para maging fruitful po ang ating orientation. Just a few reminders for our online orientation etiquette. Beware of your surroundings po, no. Please stay seated comfortably and stay present at all time. Minimize po your distractions, give grace, you can take down notes, and listen attentively. Ayan, for our link po, Ma'am Brenda, pwede po natin pakita ang ating link. So para sa inyong presence, hindi po yan masayang, no, maging counted po ang inyong presensya. Nandiyan po ang ating link. Ayan po, no? It's https://bit.ly/Smea Orientation 2021. Ulitin ko lang po, https://bit.ly/Smea Orientation 2021. Pwede nyo po yan screenshot para po mamaya hindi po mawala ang inyong attendance link. So now po, currently we have 933 viewers po. So maraming salamat po sa mga naka-tune in. Yan, mamaya po ma-check din po natin kung sino po ang present using that attendance link. Maraming salamat po. And now, at this juncture, I am so excited kasi first time ko po siyang ma-introduce sa inyo as our officer in charge of the Office of the Schools Division Superintendent, the very clever, dynamic, and rational Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, to give us a warm welcome remarks and message. Let's all welcome Dr. Melissa S. Sanchez.
Thank you very much, Sir Robin. Happy morning, everyone. Happy as in happy and productive Pampanga. And we say yes to that. Okay? So dun po sa mga nanonood ng live, pwede ba na i-type nyo yan na yes, no, to a happy morning. Happy and productive Pampanga. Yes. So that's our happy acronym for the week in SDO Pampanga. Welcome to everyone. Ang ating mga participants dito, we have our education program supervisors, our public schools district supervisors, as well as the monitoring and evaluation teams of our public schools, both in elementary and secondary. So parang kailan lang po, no? It was in June this year when we had a coordination meeting about TA provisions. Actually, in that meeting, we had two important areas that we have tackled. Our PPA implementations were discussed, no? So we have discussed about SBM as well as the Smea. I think alignment is very important. So ensuring that what we are doing as a division is contributory to the goals and direction of our regional office and the Department of Education in general. I would consistently hear our SGOD chief, Ma'am Arcely Lopez, talking about SBM as a way of life. And the same should be true also for Smea. Previously, there had been various orientations regarding Smea. So this is not new to us. In fact, the DMEA is an established system in a region in terms of reporting the quarterly accomplishments of the division, our goals, as well as our catch-up plans. And during OPCRF validation, Dr. Shirley Zipagan and I, as we were looking into the MOVs during the OPCRF validation, one of the MOVs that we are looking for, in ascertaining whether targets were achieved within the timelines and given the corresponding budget, is the SMEA. But during that time, often we would see some variations in terms of the templates being used by the schools. So thus, we have this activity. What we are aiming at is how to better our reporting mechanism in such a manner that we will breathe SMEA the same way that we breathe SBM. Diba? Okay na tayo sa SBM. Nakita natin yan, no? Dito sa mga, actually, nagkaroon pa tayo ng mga winners, diba? Because really, yung doon na tayo towards making SBM as a way of life. But another important component of ascertaining, how far are we with our targets and what are our ways forward is actually the monitoring and evaluation and adjustment. So the goal of how we can actually institutionalize MEA reporting at the cluster, district, and school levels. Yun po yung gusto natin for this day. And sabi nga ni Simon Sinek, integrity is when words and deeds are consistent with our intentions. So this activity, we have intended for this to happen. And it's now time for our words to be turned into actions. And what we are using as a strategy is technical assistance and mentorship, because we believe that we will always have an opportunity to learn from each other so that we can grow together as one. Because we are true to our mantra, which is one DepEd, one Pampanga. So at this point, I welcome everyone to this Division Smea orientation. Maya payabak po kaya katamungan.
Ayan, maraming salamat po sa napaka-warm na welcome sa atin ni Ma'am Melissa Sanchez, our newly appointed officer in charge of the Office of the Schools Division Superintendent. Maraming salamat po. No, nasabi po niya that ensuring that what we are doing are contributory to the goals and objectives of our regional office. So just like the po ng ating SBM as tag as way of life, ganyan din po ang SMEA. So we can have a institutionalized SMEA in cluster, district, and schools. Yan po ang in-emphasize din po ni Dr. Mel. Maraming salamat po. Alright guys, this time we will be starting our orientation proper. Ayan, for our speakers po, ayan po sila. Ang ating dalawang napaka-gorgeous na chief from SGOD and CID. Dr. Arcely Santos Lopez and Ma'am Celia R. Lacandale. For our first speaker na po, she is a great leader of School Governance and Operations Division. We are so lucky and pleased to have her as our chief. Promise, she's a blessing in our team. The very kind and basta wala akong masabi sa kanya, napaka down to earth po na tao. No? Friends, to discuss MEA Technology and MEA Faces, our SGOD Chief, Dr. Arcely Santos Lopez. Good morning po, Dr. Nakamute po yata kayo, Ma'am Cel.
Oo, nakamute ako.
Ayan.
Happy and blessed
po.
morning to everyone. Robin, pwedeng pakialisin mo na yung yung picture namin. Happy and blessed morning to everyone, to all the participants of this orientation. Actually, this is a form of technical assistance to our schools, particularly on the institutionalization of the MEA technology in our schools. Thank you so much to our OIC Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Madam Melissa Sanchez, because together with her and our Assistant School Division Superintendent, Madam Shirley, together with our Planning Officer and Ma'am Celia Lacandale, have attended the planning conference last week at the regional office. And Madam Mel was true when she said that two of the things that were discussed, of course, part of the plans and programs in the regional office, are of course our school-based management level of practice, and of course that institutionalization of the MEA technology. Ang sabi nga po doon sa SBM, kinapture ko po talaga at pinakinggan ko, and this is one of the things that I would like to see in our school. Sabi ko nga, SBM is fully established in our schools. Kaya lang po, ang susunod na tanong po natin, now that we are level 3 in level of practice, now that we have improved in our level of practice, the next question is, how can we translate that level of practice into the improvement of learning outcomes? Yan po ang susunod na tanong dyan, is to translate that level of practice into the improvement of school performance and learning outcomes. So, yan po ay tatalakahin natin sa isang orientation. And so today we will be discussing, we were tasked by Madam Michelle to discuss with you the MEA process, the MEA technology. Sir Robin was very right. And we are seeing this during the validation of school-based management, that one of the things our people in the field are finding difficulty is, of course, on the accomplishment of quarterly Smea. So this effort, I would like to thank the M&E section for being responsive to the needs of our people in the field. This is one way of providing technical assistance to our people in the field, particularly the team, the Smea team, on how we should be Smea in the field. And kung katulad siya ng school-based management as a way of life, it should also be a way of life in the school because it should be done quarterly. And that is regularly and quarterly. And we are happy to announce that in the division or office, the DMEA has been institutionalized. It has become our way of life. I am sharing this one to everyone because I would always tell our people in the field during the validation that Smea should also be a way of life. Because on the report that we are seeing, this is just a feedback, which become the basis of our technical assistance today, being given and initiated by our M&E section, headed, of course, by our SBM focal person, Madam Michelle, and the education program specialist, Sir Robin, and of course, in partnership with my partner, forever partner. We had a blood compact that we will be supporting one another in our life in depth in Pampanga, Madam Celia Lacanlalen. So, siya po yung aking forever partner. So, we are responding to the needs of our people in the field because we have seen that our people have having difficulty in the accomplishment of DMEA. And it's not really a way of life. Kasi tingnan mo, 3 taon. Oo, meron. Ay 3 taon, every quarter, meron po silang Smea. Pero pare-pareho ang content. Pinapalitan lang po ang date. These are some of the things that we are seeing in the field. So, how can we institutionalize this one that our people will be doing it regularly? That we do not, the division office need not to remind them that they will do the SMEA, that quarterly they will be doing it as a part of their habit and being done regularly. Automatically po dapat ginagawa. Because if you do it regularly, not only because the division is asking you to submit the report, but because this is a way of life in the school to be able to track down your PPA's implementation and likewise to track the progress of the different programs, projects, and activities being implemented in the school and see if they have an impact, contribution on the total performance of the school. And so we would like to share to you how we do DMEA in the division office. First part, of course, is on the principles, what is SMEA, what is DMEA, what is the process, and then later on, all of these principles and theories about DMEA, which I will be discussing, will be contextualized by sharing to you some samples by Madam Celia Lacanlalen. So I'll be discussing with you the literature, or the principles, the process on how to do SMEA and DMEA, and then of course it will be contextualized through examples by Madam Celia Lacanlalen. So what is our legal basis in the crafting of SMEA? But before that, what we are trying to do is we would like to achieve quality down the level of our school. And SMEA could help in the delivery of quality services, translating it into learning outcomes. Because they say that quality is never an accident, of course. It's a result of high intention, sincere effort, intelligent direction, and skillful execution. There should be that desire for us to achieve quality. Ibig po sabihin, we are not contented of the achievement that we have right now. We continue to grow. Lagi po nating, lagi ko pong tinatandaan yung good, better, best ni Madam Umali. We do not let it rest till good becomes better and better becomes best. And I believe that is what a school-based management is all about. It's a continuous progression. It's developmental. It's progressive in nature until our school have achieved really that quality, that standard, of course, in the delivery of services. So we may now proceed to our first slide, Sir Robin. So to begin with, one quotation said, even worthwhile endeavors needs evaluation in order to determine if they have become distractions from the best goal. All of us have goals in the school, and we are implementing different programs, projects, and activities to be able to achieve that said goals that we have set, targets for our school. But the question is, are the different activities, programs, and projects that we are implementing, are they serving their purpose of achieving the goals? Do they help, or they are just distraction? And how do we know that? We can only do that through proper evaluation and monitoring. So without monitoring and evaluation, there is a tendency that we might commit failure. There is a tendency that we might fail, that we will not be achieving our target because we cannot tell that programs are contributing, are impacting, or they are still working towards the achievement of goals. So we need monitoring and evaluation to be able to do that. A very good feedback mechanism to track progress of the different implementation of the different programs and projects, to be able to see if they are contributing to the overall goals of the school, later on of the division, until the region, and until contributing to the DepEd vision and mission of the division office. Now that we have a new planning parameters. We have a new planning parameters po today, and we hope to cascade these planning parameters at the level of our school because of the many challenges that we have in the past 2 years because of the pandemic. So these challenges need to be to be incorporated in our plans. We need to find ways and means on how this could be addressed through the plans that we will be crafting. And so we will be starting it at the division office. The regional office have started it. And so we need to align our targets, our goals with the regional office. And the schools likewise need to align their targets at the division office. So we track our programs and projects to see if they are a distraction or they are a help. And monitoring and evaluation is playing a crucial part to be able to do that. So we move now to the legal basis why we need to conduct monitoring and evaluation. And our legal basis, of course, is none other than the famous Republic Act 9155. I just do hope that our school heads, who is the chairman of the Smea, of the IMET in the school, will be present in today's orientation. Ako po lagi kong sinasabi, we have seen it in the validation. The principal, the school head, is the head of school-based management. Only there are 2 people, 3, 5 teachers assigned per principal because it is impossible for the principal or the head of the school to divide himself into 4. But as much as possible, on top of it is the principal or the head of the school, providing the lead, the technical support, not leaving the teachers doing all the MOBs on their own, groping in the dark. They do not know what to do. Just like in the conduct of the Smea in the school. Ako po yan po ang isang kinakalungkot ko, that during evaluation, teachers, indirectly, they would say, through their action, through their facial expression, that the principal does not provide them the TA when it comes to the preparation of documents. So try to imagine po ninyo, ma'am, kabago-bagong teacher, pauupuin mo sa leadership and governance. Kabago-bagong teacher, pauupuin mo sa curriculum and learning. sa resource management. Kaya pag may tanong ka, di po nila alam. So see, ma'am, these are some of the things that we need to improve. And lalo kapag tinanong mo naman ng Mea, ano po yun, ma'am? Oh, kasi hindi po nila alam. Kaya very timely that the M&E section is responding to the needs of our school. Tatandaan po natin, nobody has forced us to become a school head. It was a decision. Although there were people who advised us, there were people who influenced us, but at the end of the day, it has been our decision to become the head of the school. Therefore, we should know our responsibility as the head of the school. We are on top of everything. Sabi ko nga po, when I was a principal, I realized if there is anything that is being implemented in the school, it should be the head of the school who should know it first. Because how can it possible to relay it to your people if you do not know it? So, please po, you take note of the orientation today so that next time we go to the field, when we validate SBMM, this is one of the MOBs, it will be now being done correctly. And later on, you do it regularly until such time it will really become a habit. Just like what we do in the division office. So according to Republic Act 9155, which is the governance of basic education of 2001, it provides the overall framework for principal empowerment. Because of this act, principals are empowered. In what way they are empowered? They are empowered because they see the needs of the school. They know the needs of the school so they can better respond to the needs of the school. And so they can make localized plan, they can make localized decision at the level of the school, utilize plan based on the needs of the school. Kaya po because of the principal empowerment, which is because of Republic Act 9155, but empowerment po has a corresponding accountability and responsibility. Hindi lang po yung you are empowered. There are corresponding accountability and responsibility attached to the power that was given to you. And so, this strengthened principal and leadership goals and local-based school-based management. So, dyan po nag-umpisa ang school-based management. That is within the context of transparency and local accountability. So, kapag sinabi nating accountability, you take ownership for your action. You do not blame people. But of course, to be accountable, roles and responsibilities should be very clear from the very start. Kaya tingnan po ninyo doon sa indicator number 3 ng leadership and governance. Ano pong sinasabi yun? The dependent organization, because they share with you in governance, they shared with you in leadership, in leading and governing the school, but with specific roles and responsibilities should be very clear, their terms of references. They are answerable for their duties and responsibilities. But for them to be accountable, they should be very clear. Kaya nga from the very start, you both of them will sit together to identify their structure, to identify their roles and responsibility. Because shared leadership and shared governance entails shared accountability and responsibility, and of course doing it in the context of transparency. Malo yun naman po yung transparency. Kaya po tintamo po transparency board. That is beyond transparency board. So accountability in education means that school provide information to necessary stakeholders who are directly concerned to the affairs of the school so that they could reflect on what possible contribution that they would have to be able to address the needs and issues of the school. Alam mo, ako po'y natutuwa dito, and I would like to share the validation I had with Lubao North, with Madam K. Yuson. Alam po ba ninyo, parang hindi ko naman sinasabing competition ng school-based management, pero parang ang very eager to participate in the validation are the stakeholders. I was very happy to see them. Kasi given ang nasa school, magtatrabaho yan. What is the additional factor and ingredient? The stakeholders. Kaya po tignan nyo, naka-anim siya ng level 3. Lahat ng school ay meron po kaming isang nadatnan na kapitan. Sabi niya sa kanyang mga barangay members, councilors, nagsasara po sila ng barangay hall during the validation. Lahat po sila in full force there. Sabi niya, punta ka ng school. Tanungin mo kung ano ang kailangan nila. So see, Nema, that is a shared leadership. Oh, that is one of the best practices of Lubar North. And all of this will be incorporated later on at the concluding activity of our school-based management validation. Next slide, Robin. So Republic Act 9155 defines shared governance as the management model in the delivery of quality basic education. Pag po sinabi natin shared governance, they share in the decision making. They share in the policy making of the institution. Kaya nga po, during the crafting of the school improvement plan, 1 and 2, crafting, sinong kasama? Ang kanyang school planning team. That means all voices should be represented. That is shared governance. Hindi lang yung principal ang gumagawa ng SIP at pinapipirma na lang si kapitan at si PTA at si pupil representative. Remember, their voices should be incorporated in the plan. Kaya nga may time listen to the voice of the customer. And what else? Shared governance in the delivery of quality basic education. The principal is no longer the sole people responsible. Meron siyang ka-team at kasama niya sa paggugobyerno sa school. It specifies the functional areas to be shared by various level of management as well as their differentiated roles. So sa Republic Act 9155, meron pa po tayong 5 levels of governance. Ang central office, ang regional office, ang division, ang district office, at ang school. That is still in Republic Act 9155. Saan nawala ang district office? Doon sa RAT structure. Nawala po siya doon. But in Republic Act 9155, there are 5 levels of governance and each level of governance has a corresponding duties and responsibilities. So, the evolving roles of the school are consistent with the national educational policies, plans, and standards. So, at the level of the school, our plans, our targets are aligned, consistent with the national educational policies. So, sabi po during our planning conference, magbabago po ang parameters natin and meron po tayong new direction, new goals, 2030 dahil matatapos na si Pangulong Duterte. So alam nyo naman, pagbago ang presidente, magbabago na naman ang ating ang kanilang mitiin, ang kanilang, but of course, hindi magbabago ang interest and welfare of the child should come first over and above all interest independent. Si child pa rin ang ating personal interest. And the delivery of quality education, which is translated into learning outcomes, will still be the main mandate of DepEd. So, next slide, Robin. So, what is Smea? Monitoring, evaluation, adjustment. Smea. Pag Smea, school monitoring. Pag DMEA, division. Pag Armea, regional. So tignan nyo, fully established po ang system per level of governance. Saan po tayo nagkakabacklog? Sa school. Kasi at the division level, it has been institutionalized. It has been our way of life. Ang share ko nga sa our people in the field, when we conduct the DMEA, nakamemo yan. Minsan nga, isang linggo kaming nagpa-finalize ng DMEA bago i-present sa region at ang ating pong best presenter ng DMEA ay walang iba kundi ang ating Butihing Assistant Schools Division Superintendent si Madam Shirley. Siya po ang noon si Ma'am Wenkiambao ang pumalit po sa kanya si Ma'am Shirley. So, pipresent po natin yan. Isa periodic monitoring and evaluation of the progress of the school, if it's a school, Smea, and if it is a division, bakit may district po yan? Kasi ang presentation nito ay noon pa po, noong wala pa yung RAT structure, and division in the delivery of education. Anong ibig po sabihin ng periodic monitoring. Ibig po sabihin yun, regular, ano? So, sa atin, it is done quarterly. At the school level, it should be done quarterly. At the division level, quarterly. At the regional level, quarterly. So, ano po ang ginagawa natin? Periodic monitoring and evaluation of the progress of the school. So, we are making, we report accomplishment every quarter. We are making comparison between the physical accomplishment, physical achievement versus the plan or program targets. And likewise, we are making comparison on the financial expenditure or expenses versus the budget. So makikita natin dyan ang fund utilization. Kaya sa Smea, sa Smea Technology, nakikita dyan ang pondo. Magkano pa ang natitira every quarter. So, we will be able to monitor and evaluate the progress of our activities. Saan na ba tayo? O kung targeted ito in the first quarter, o were they accomplished? Meron ba tayong, meron bang hindi na-accomplish? So, kung merong hindi na-accomplish, what is the reason? So, we could address it so that we can carry over it to the next quarter and it will be accomplished. And later on, hindi nagkakaroon ng backlog in the delivery of educational services as well as the performance of an organization. Kasi po, ma'am, bakit kailangan natin maintindihan ang process? Bakit kailangan maintindihan natin kung ano ang Smea technology? Kasi po ako lagi akong naniniwala. You cannot implement something you do not understand. If you do not understand it, you cannot implement it properly. And if you do not understand it, you cannot provide TA to your people on how to do it. That is why it is very crucial that the head of the school in today's orientation must be present. Therefore, they really give time to it because this will become a part of their management, of their governance and leadership in the school. Napaka-crucial po ng leadership and we have seen it during the validation kung gaano kahalaga ang leadership sa school at kung gaano kahalaga ang technical support ng district supervisor. So see, I am only speaking of those districts which I have validated. Nakita ko po, ma'am, pag magaling ang principal, not necessary cum laude, ibig po sabihin, alam niya ang trabaho niya. Ay, naku, ma'am. Alam niya ang dokumento kasi ginagawa niya. Pero makikita mo, ako po doon sa leadership and governance, umuupo po mga principal. Dapat lang. Sabi ko nga, kung 4 ang katawan ng principal, dapat sila lahat umuupo per principal. Kasi on top of it is the principal. So, ano po ang ibig kong sabihin doon? Kailangan po, alam natin, para nang sa gayon, we can do it properly. If we do not know it, how can we do it? How can we implement it? And how can we ask our teacher to do it and give them the needed support if we do not do it? Kaya po, na-appreciate ko po ang orientation na ito which was initiated, of course, by our MNE. Although there were, I believe, previous orientation on the Smea and Smea to our school. Siguro po that one-time orientation was not enough. That is why we are having the second orientation. Para lang SBM yan, to the empower ang orientation. Sabi ko nga, SBM started in 2004. Principal na ako noon. Hanggang ngayon, di pa rin nila makuha ng tama. So, ang ibig po sabihin noon, we need to focus and devote time on those things that matters. Lalo na po ang school-based management na yun, di na siya pwedeng alisin kasi siya na ang ginagamit nyo sa pamamahala sa school. Continue now. Along the way, there will be a sharing of experiences because this is part of achieving quality in our school, which is of course part of the school-based management. At masaya po tayo, meron tayo mga 6. Tayo pong may pinakamaraming accredited level 3 in the entire region 3. Yeah, see? And that is what? And that reflects the kind of leadership that we have, starting from the superintendent, the assistant superintendent, down the line to the level of our school heads. So, MEA is a well-structured system that subsequently enables data analysis, automation, and retrieval to be performed on the information relating to expected outputs for the quarterly targets, actual accomplishment vis-a-vis target, percentage of accomplishment, the gain, the gap, if there is any, and total physical accomplishment. So ibig po sabihin nun, the information that we gathered through the MEA technology, we analyze them. So tingnan po natin quarterly, this is our target. Did we achieve the target? Was there a gap? Or was there a gain? What was our percentage of accomplishment? Para po siyang scorecard. Na right away makikita mo, yung percentage of accomplishment is 88. So, ibig po sabihin, meron po tayong backlog. Kasi ang target natin every quarter should be 100%. Pero pag nakita mo na right away the percentage of accomplishment, that means there are particular targets which were not accomplished. Kaya po, ma'am, ang sabi ko, during the validation, ma'am, ina-adjust po ba ang SIP? Siyempre po, ina-adjust po ba ang AIP? Hindi po namin alam kasi alam po namin kapag nagawa na, hindi na pwedeng galawin. Hindi po. We make our plans relevant and responsive. Kaya nga yung indicator 2, you review it every year. So that those plans which were not incorporated along the way, there were situations which arises, they were not captured during the planning, i-integrate mo. Kaya meron tayong adjusted SIP at meron tayong adjusted AIP every quarter doon sa mga target na kine-carry over natin every quarter which were not accomplished. That is why, ma'am, sabi ko, that is why how important proper planning which is data-based. Kasi pag pinlano mo, little adjustment na lang. Pag pinlano mo, sure na po yun. Kasi sabi niya, half of the goal is already accomplished when you have carefully planned it. Although merong intervening factors. Pero po kapag talagang very good ang planning, ay naku ma, sabi ko nga, very good principals who are very good in planning will become successful principals. So, yung percentage of accomplishment natin will tell if some of our targets were not accomplished or accomplished. So, kung merong gap, kung merong gain, and of course, the total physical accomplishment. Nagbibilang po tayo ng accomplishment. Bilang po yun. That is quality. That is quantity. Bilang. Pero, at the end of the day, anong kwenta ng bilang? Dapat translated it into quality of services which will redound to improve learning outcomes. Nag-conduct ako ng maraming instructional supervision. Binilang ko, napakarami. Ay nagawa ko. Ano pong kwenta noon, ma'am? Nag-redound ba siya ng quality learning? Ano pa? Ano pang ginawa ko sa school? Napakarami po pong mga programs, initiatives sa school. Ang tanong at the end of the day, meron akong targeted na 5 innovations. All accomplished po, ma'am. Kasi per head teacher ko po, learning area, pinag-target ko po ng isang innovation. Okay po yun. But at the end of the day, question is, were they contributory to the improved delivery of services which was affecting improved quality learning outcomes? At the end of the day, doon po tayo laging bumababa sa delivery and achievement of quality learning outcomes. Kasi pag sa Smea, physical accomplishment, ang kinakount po natin. Pero at the end of the day, kaya nga during the time of Doc Nards and Madam Weng, bilang lang po yan, ma'am. Gusto nilang makita yung quality. Yung quality. Kasi quantity lang ang nilalagay sa DMEA. Sabi niya, ano yung quality dyan? Kaya gusto nila doon sa aming mga target na nakikita ang quality. So tatandaan po natin yan. So we will be able to gauge and measure the accomplishment of our target. Next. The monitoring and evaluation adjustment is a means to keep abreast of the current delivery of basic education services. So makita po natin, based on our target, if we are delivering the services in that particular period. So natatrack po natin ang progress. The implementation of the enhanced Smea technology provide feedback mechanism for DepEd to monitor and evaluate learning outcomes. So pag sinabi po nating mechanism, there is an established process. And so feedback on the implementation of the different PPAs. O yung bang lahat ng CI project natin na ginamit nating solution, intervention sa ating priority improvement areas on expected date, on expected schedule, are they being realized? So, what are the hindering factors? Bakit hindi nakaka-accomplish ang mga target natin? Titingnan natin, are the programs, projects we implement in the school, are they contributory to the learning outcomes? Titingnan po natin diyan. Ako nga po nung nagsasalita yung sa planning conference namin, talaga pong naano ako, tama nga naman. Level 3 ang mga school. Kaya nga po, ma'am, mali po ang ginawa. Ako sinasabi ko mali. The ultimate goal kasi of school-based management is learning outcomes. Kaya dapat hindi inalis ang performance as one of the things that we validate in school-based management. Kasi ang in-evaluate po natin yung mga documents, yung practices. Pero ang measurement ng how effective are the practices are the learning outcomes. Yung kanilang mga achievement. Yes? Kaya lang inalis na po yan sa validation dahil nahihirapan ang mga school na mag-level 3, mag-level 2 sa level of practice. Pero dapat hindi inaalis yan. Kasi ang basihan, level 3 ako, mataas ang learning outcomes ko. Quality and delivery ng services ko. So, we are able to track PPA's implementation. Next. Next, Ben. Monitoring and evaluation and adjustment system is a technology-mediated system that collects, processes, generates, automates, validates monitoring and evaluation data relative to the key result areas contained in the OPCRF. Kaya kagabi tinawagan ko si Michelle before I run the session. Sabi ko, Bing, if in the division office, our basis for our DMEA is the OPCRF. Bakit sa presentation SIP and AIP? Kasi noon pala, kaya pinalitan ko po. Our DMEA is based on our accomplishment based on the OPCRF of the school head. At sa OPCRF ng school head na yan, pumapasok ang mga plano nila sa kanilang AIP, which is one term of the SIP. So tatandaan po natin, very clear, pag nag-SMEA kayo sa school, ang basihan po ninyo is the OPCRF of the school head. Kaya nga doon sa template na ibibigay sa mga school, nilagay na po doon ni Madam Michelle ang mga KRAs aligned with the KRAs of the school head. Because the basis of SMEA, when you conduct it, is the OPCRF of the school head, which is quarterly executed, monitored, and adjusted. So, titignan po ninyo yan. Kasi po, halimbawa kami, sa division office, ang KRA 1 ni Sir Superintendent, ano po siya? Strategic direction. Sino sa aming mga functional division ang pumapasok sa strategic direction? Pumapasok doon ang planning and research. Pumapasok doon ang conducive learning environment ni engineer. Pumapasok doon ang health. Pumapasok doon ang YFP. Pumapasok doon ang DRRM. Ang KRA2, curriculum, ang lahat ng yan ay walang iba kundi ang CID, lahat yun. Pagdating doon sa human resource na KRA, si Jason lang. Pagdating doon sa KRA number 5 partnership, si Sokmo Black. Doon sila pumapasok. So, doon sa KRA for operation, pumapasok doon si budget. Doon pala sa human resource, pati si Dexter, pumapasok ang HRMO. So, ganoon po yun. Ma'am? So, kayo sa school, kung ang OPCRF, eto ang kanyang KRA, alimbawa, the instructional supervision. Pumapasok doon ang mga observations. So, titignan po ninyo saan, anong mga trabaho, ano ang mga ginagawa ng mga teacher na pumapasok doon sa mga KRAs ni principal, ni school head. Yeah? So, our basis for Smea is the OPCRF. Next. Next. As a strategy, it promotes the participation of various units, division, as well as administrative units in M&E process with the endpoint of obtaining information that's for school, this division, regional management to make decision on adjusting its work plans and strategies. Balo yun po, one of the very good value that Smea technology has been developed in the division of Pampanga when we are conducting our DMEA is the spirit of collaboration. It's the spirit of collaboration, working together. Kami nga po sa division, nung hindi pandemic, every quarter DMEA, linalabas po namin Para nan sa gayon, bakit po namin nilalabas? Kasi po, dapat nakapokus po kami kapag gumagawa kami ng DMEA. Kasi po kapag ang nasa TTC kami, meron pong inahanap po si bad accounting, bababa siya. Tapos hindi na babalik. Syempre, lalo na kung very urgent. Hinahanap po si Sir Jason, bababa siya. Hindi na babalik. So, hindi continuous po ang pagkakrap. Kaya naantala ang trabaho. But today, during the leadership of Sir Superintendent Edgar, and of course, our two assistant schools division superintendents working with us, talaga po from the very start till the end, kasama po namin sila sa DMEA. Lalo na po si Sir, nagko-comment pa po siya. Talagang from the beginning to the end, kasama po namin. So that is leadership. That is leadership. And it should be reflected in the school. Kasama ang principal. Siya ang nagli-lead. Although there are aspects of the job that is delegated to your people, kaya nga meron tayong distributed leadership, shared leadership, kasi we cannot do all. But when it comes to the very crucial task, ay naku ma, kailangan nandyan ang si school head. Kung ang superintendent at assistant, naglilib sila ng trabaho, nakapokus sa DMEA namin every quarter, what more are our schools? Kaya po talaga nagkakaroon po tayo ng backlog in the implementation of Smea at the school level. Hindi po kayo magagalit, Huwag kayong magagalit sa akin. Bakit? Because that is one of the observations that we have during the validation. Emma? So, we are trying to provide you the needed assistance so that at your end, you can do it properly. So, the process will be relayed to you today. So, kami po, collaboration, because in all the KRAs of the superintendent, nandyan po ang three-functional division. So it's not only the work, although the lead section, the lead division is the SGOD through the M&E, but all will be sitting together. Reporting their accomplishment. At tinitignan po natin doon, isa-isa. Ilan ang output ni research? Ilan ang target niya? Ilan ang hindi niya na-accomplish? Ano ang dahilan? So we address the issues right away. Making decision, it is one way, kaya nga sabi natin, how can this report, di ba doon sa number 4 indicator ng governance, transparency board, yung mga data, yung transparency board, suggestion box, yung lahat ng data, and this is a data. How can this be of great help in making informed decision and solving problems? So ma'am, ito po yung ating target. Hindi pa po siya natin na-accomplish. Na-target siya sa reading, hindi na-accomplish. Very important ang reading. So, what seems to be the problem? You make decision right away so that we could adjust our plans and still accomplish the target at the end of that particular fiscal year or school year. So, see ma'am, napakahalaga po niya yan. Right away, at a glance, at one quarter, These were accomplished, not accomplished. What do we do? What are the reasons? What are the hindering factors? So what do we do? How can we address the gap? Who is the responsible person? Kasi po yung program taker is the responsible person. Who is the responsible unit? Kaya nga po, ma'am, you can only make them accountable if it belongs to that particular person, the work. So what could be adjusted? What could be measures to be done? So that at the end, it will still be accomplished. So nakikita po ninyo yan. Para ding nagtuturo yan. Wag mo nang, alam mo naman, pag nagtuturo ka talaga, na may naiiwan na estudyante, 2 lessons pa lang. Wag mo nang hintayin yung pangatlong lessons, intervene right away. Lalong wag mo nang hintayin at the end of the quarter to intervene. Marami na pong competency yan. At lalo naman at the end of the, meron naman summer, no ma? You intervene right away. So see, that is what the Smea is all about. Next. Smea. Next. The Smea technology as an M&E mechanism enables to collaborate data gathering, data validation, data processing. Lahat po kayo who are in charge, the members of the Smea and the stakeholders or the implementers for the program taker, you will sit together. O nga, kami nga sa division, bonding moment namin yan eh. Ang Smea, bonding moment po namin yan. And we have become closer together as one family because of the collaboration that we have because of the Smea. We see the beauty in it. We do not see it to be a burden. Kaya po hirap tayo minsan, ano na naman yan? Additional. That we see the beauty of it. You see the beauty of in everything and surely you will find. Pag sinabi mo, ay burden na naman yan. Dead report na naman yan. Dumadagdag sa trabaho namin yan. Talagang ganun ang magiging dating sa'yo. But if you see the beauty, that there is collaboration that is taking place, that a team is being formed while doing it, that you are bonding as one family, sharing in the accomplishment, sharing in the burden of making solution to problem. And together, you formulate recommendations and informations which are efficient, relevant, and effective. The decision may not be coming from one. It's a collaborative endeavor, a joint efforts of all the people in that particular Smea or the Smea, in that school or a division. So, pag marami, ako nakita ko, pag nag-iisa ka, nahihirapan ka. Pero kapag sama-sama, madali po nating ma-formulate ang solution to problems. At kapag collaborative ang decision, we can arrive at the best solution to the problem. Yun po ang beauty niya. Kung ako principal, iti-take advantage ko yan. Na hindi lang ako ang may burden, kasama ko sila. So, see ma'am, ganyan po tayo dapat mag-isip. You do not see it to be a burden. See the beauty in everything that we do. And surely we will find. Maraming magagandang bagay ang nangyayari sa Smea. At saka sa Smea. Next. As a result, the decisions the management makes address directly and appropriately the issues and concerns that needs attention. So, right away, nandyan na ang head. Nandyan na po ang ating superintendent. Nandyan na po ang ating two assistant superintendent. Nandyan na mga functional unit and heads of section. Right away, there are solutions to the problem. Issues are addressed. Concerns are being addressed. Ma'am? Napakaganda po nun. Hindi na yung nagtatagal ang problema kasi wala tayo. Jo, dapat tanggawan ka yan. Ng Ma'am Shirley kanita. So see, Ma'am Melissa, makanta mo naman. At lalo na po yung superintendent talaga po from the end, from the beginning till the end, kaya baby ako. Mag-suggest siya po talaga. So see, kaya marinig ka po na, mag-attend. Nung ila po, head of office na tuna na. Just like, ipuburi ko sabihan, the practices that we have in the division office, we are sharing it to you, to our people in the field, so that you could duplicate the best practices that we have. Should in case you have some question, yung po kaya katamong tao division, they are very much willing to help and to assist. Po, lalo na po'y Mingming. Ang po'y Robin. Ila kasing charts ket. Yung ni Bea Queen. Yan naman ni SB. Ni Bea Princess pala. Ma'am Shirley ang Queen. Continue. Alright. To ensure activities are implemented according to plan and timeline. So, budgeted activity for the quarter. Where the activities achieve as planned, as scheduled. If yes, that is efficiency. Achieving goals and targets as scheduled and based on the budget that is stipulated in the plan and according to the time that was scheduled, that is efficiency. Identify activities or resource allocation in need of adjustment. Halimbawa, tinarget nyo po in the first quarter, 6 classrooms to be repainted. Na-limited po ang funds. You were only able to accomplish 4 out of 6. So, you will make the necessary adjustment. So, doon, not only when it comes to time, but of course to the resource allocation kasi nga ang issue ay limited ang budget. Nagkulang ng budget. But still, you carry over the target at the next quarter, achieving still the desired result. To provide information for decision-making and program evaluation. Yung bang ini-implement kong innovation, is it working? Ako po na-learn ko during the regional validation, ano ang intervention nyo sa dropout? Kasi po ganito. Kasi pare-pareho lang ang intervention ng school. How come? Na-address nyo ang dropout rates nyo. What is that significant thing that something unique way in addressing dropout? That is why you were able to decrease the number of dropouts. Hindi mo naman ma-eradicate yan. Po? Pag zero dropout ang school, imposible po yun. So tatandaan po natin, halimbawa po ang remedial reading program. Mula noon hanggang ngayon, pag may non-readers, meron tayong remedial reading program. Pero bakit po hindi kumukonte, dumarami ang ating non-readers, ang ating mga non-numerates? Kaya po tingnan natin, ano ba dapat ang unique way of doing it so that we will be addressing it? Kasi sabi nga po ni Einstein, if at this way, you do not improve in performance, then do not continue doing the same thing because you will not improve. Po, yung pong ibig po natin sabihin doon sa ating program evaluation. Titignan po natin, baka yung ini-implement na po natin, hindi na relevant and responsive. Kaya kahit na masipag po tayo sa pag-remedial, baka hindi na po yun ang kailangan ng ating mga anak ngayon. Tatandaan po natin yon. At the level of the school, kaya nga the purpose of monitoring and evaluation is very crucial because without proper feedback mechanism, monitoring and evaluation, there is a tendency that we will fail. Failure will be expected. Po? Next. So this is the process flow. This is the process flow, the Smea process flow. So we have as the school level, we call it as Smea. Alisin na po natin ang district and cluster kasi division na po tayo. Nawala na po yan. Pero sa ating pong division, pinaretain po yan kasi to facilitate communication. Extension arm sila ng division office. Division level and the regional level. So, yan po ang ating Smea process flow. So, let us continue. Next slide. This is now the integrated Smea process. Ito po ang sinusundan po natin sa paggawa ng Smea at the level of the school. Maliit lang siya ng kaunti. Tututok ako kasi hindi ko masyadong nakikita. So, una po is you form your school monitoring and evaluation team. Meron na po ba kayo niyan? Wala pong problema kung meron na kayo. Kung wala pa, you form. Magiging isang organization siya. Magiging indicator number 3 siya. Pag pinorm mo siya, i-memo mo. 2 formalize the formulation of your SME. Meron siyang memo. Tapos meron siyang, pag kinandak mo, meron siyang activity completion report. Meron siyang organizational structure. Meron siyang duties and responsibilities agreed by both parties. So that very clear ang kanilang roles and responsibilities. Without clear roles and responsibilities, it is very impossible to make people accountable. Tandaan po ninyo yan. Kaya pag meron kayong pinagagawa sa mga tao ninyo, kailangan very clear, specific ang roles and function and responsibilities, because it is impossible and very difficult to make people accountable if roles and functions are not specific. So, yun po, form the IMET. Second, the SMET call for progress monitoring quarterly. So, ang Smea ay quarterly monitoring. Ano po ang basihan natin? Inedit ko po yun na madaling araw, Dati kasi yan, SIP, AIP. Noon po kasi yun. Ang basihan ng ating pagconduct ng SMEA quarterly is the OPCRF. So, OPCRF and all program takers, implementors, starting from the teacher. Imbawa, yung implementation nila ng kanilang IPPD, competencies covered, classroom management, learning performance. I-consolidate nila yan every quarter to be submitted every quarter. Ang tangang output nila ay teacher will be preparing it, submit it quarterly report on accomplishment and learner performance, at ang magiging output ay teacher's accomplishment report quarterly. Ang principal or the head of the school, yun lang lahat ng targeted activities niya, implemented PPAs niya, kung SPPD, yung training niya, yung supervisory plan, MOE liquidation, i-consolidate niya ang kanyang mga accomplishment if these are in that particular quarter, prepares it, submit it quarter report on school performance, at ang output niya ay school accomplishment report. Lahat ng program takers and project action plans, magpo-consolidate din sila ng kanilang accomplishment. They would prepare the report and the output is program project accomplishment report. Yan po. So lahat, halimbawa po, para po kami sa division. So, magkakaroon po ng memo. So, nagme-memo po si Madam Michelle, gumagawa ng memo that we will meet, halimbawa, ngayon nga, January na ang fourth quarter namin. So, January 16 and 17, all functional divisions and unit heads will meet together, prepare for the DMEA of the Division of Pampanga. So, kami pong lahat, si Ma'am Sel at ang tao niya, maggagawa sila ng kanilang quarterly report based on their plan targets, program targets for that particular quarter. Sasabit nila ang kanilang accomplishment. Meron kaming tigisang template. Ako po, lahat ng aking section, ang Office of the Superintendent. Tapos po, iyan ay i-consolidate. So, meron teacher's accomplishment report, school accomplishment report, program project takers accomplishment report. So, I met now the internal monitoring evaluation team collects, analyzes data, and prepares M&E report. School M&E report for the quarter. So, ang template ay ibibigay na ni Madam Michelle aligned to your new KRAs. So, meron na kayong school M&E report. That school M&E report for the quarter will be validated with stakeholders, Smea. So, lahat ng implementers, i-validate nila yan kung tama ba. Tapos, ang output nun ay validated school M&E report. And that would be finalized. Ipa-finalized yan. Tapos, pag finalize na ang M&E report, that would become quarterly school M&E report. Kung merong mga targets na hindi accomplished, adjustment will be made. Diyan pumapasok po ang ating adjusted AIP. Adjusted AIP. So, doon po pumapasok ang ating adjustment. Kaya, halimbawa, target, balikan natin yung ating target kanina na repainting of 6 classroom in the first quarter, 4 ang napaint, nagkulang ng pondo, carry over sa next quarter. So, magkakaroon at i-report yun sa Smea. Only for accomplishment to where the gaps o reason o lack of funds o tapos i-carry over to next quarter. At pag i-carry over mo sa next quarter, makikita yan sa inyong SIP sa next quarter. Kaya meron tayong adjusted SIP. Alright. Ay, AIP pala. Next. So, and then, if the report is final, wala na po ang district ngayon. Pero, siya ay representation ng division office, kaya ang district ay extension arm ng division office, kaya pinapass na natin po sa kanya. Pero ngayon po, dinediretso na kay Madam Michelle dahil sa link. Doon na pumapasok ang ating mga M&E report. Alright. So, that is the process that we do. So, hindi po yan natatapos ng isang araw. Naglalaan po tayo ng panahon para dyan. So, una siguro, mag-meeting ka muna, maggawa ka ng memo na lahat ng accomplishment, accomplished by teacher, by school head, and all program takers, they would prepare an accomplishment. Kami po ni Ma'am na 3 Functional Division, binibigyan na kami ng tigisan template ni Michelle. And we go there, our accomplishment per functional division. And this will be consolidated, i-align ang ating accomplishment doon sa OPCRF ng superintendent. So, ganyan din po kayo dapat. So, supervisors are present, our supervisors are present in this orientation. They can guide you because they are doing also the DMEA, they are part of the DMEA crafting when we report accomplishment quarterly. So that is the process that we follow. Next slide then. No ka nila bintareta, Ben? Alright, So, school MEA implementers. Of course, the lead is the school head, the school planning team, the SIP implementing team, school M&E coordinator, teachers. For big school, the department chairs or grade or year coordinator. For small schools, 3 to 10 teachers or all teachers. They are all MEA implementers. Next. The SMEA objectives at the level of the school. Ito pong objective niya. To enable the school to immediately respond to issues and concerns affecting effectiveness of programs and efficiency of programs delivery. So, 1, provide immediate feedback on the efficacy. Ibig po sabihin nun, yung bang intended result, are they achieving it? Are the programs, project activities being implemented, are achieving the intended result? Are they contributing to the purpose and the goals of that particular program? Provide efficacy and weaknesses of program implementation at the school level vis-a-vis OPCRF, SIP and NIP implementation. Identify enhancement to educational policies and guidelines. So makita po natin during our implementation, bakit may backlog? Saan nahihirapan? And this could be what? Aiding. It could aid our leaders in the crafting of policies. We could recommend some policies for smooth implementation of program, or we can recommend enhancement of the programs and projects activities being implemented based on the report that we are presenting. Next. Kaya nga po they are basis for decision making. The SMEA in school shall be conducted every quarter. Di na edit yan. The school heads shall present the key result areas on access, quality, and governance with the corresponding key performance indicators in graphical, tabular, textual. It's up po to yun. There are different ways of presenting accomplishment. Presentation for easy understanding in the delivery of data elements. Kaya nga po sabi ko, yung SOSA nyo, yung report card ninyo, sinong binibigyan nyo ng kopya? Binibigyan po namin ng parents, binibigyan po namin yung mga barangay council. Palagay po ba ninyo kung ganyan babasahin ng inyong mga stakeholders? Siyempre po, kaya nga may tayong pamphlets, leaflets ng ating report card na yung pinamimigay po natin. Not the one that is being submitted at the division office na very catchy na babasahin talaga ng mga magulang. So, there are different ways of presenting your Smea for as long as it could be easily understood by those people. Kaya nga, necessary, ang tawag natin sa kanila, necessary stakeholders who are directly have concerns on the delivery of quality services in the school. O, yun po, continue. Next, Rebe. In the presentation, the school head shall invite SDO representative, district supervisor, school planning team, teachers, guidance counselor, and school governing council, GPTA, barangay, in other words, stakeholders who has direct control to resolve the issues, concern gaps, problems of the participants, and problems of the participants shall then act by providing possible solution. So, pag pipresent ninyo ang inyong Smea report, dapat po lahat ng stakeholders who have a direct concern on the delivery of services in the school should be present. Should in case there are problems, issues, gaps in the accomplishment, those people who are directly have concern on the education could provide possible solution on the problems that are being encountered by the school. Why this particular activity is not being accomplished? Napakalaki po ang bahaging ginagampanan ng ating mga stakeholders. Inuulit-ulit ko po kasi I was very happy at the support and the very good collaboration of the LGUs, GPTA in Lubao North. Full force po talaga from end till the end. Ako po isa pang best practices na yung barangay captain ng San Domingo, pinababantayan po bawat isa, alam ang bilang ng mga halaman doon sa kanilang cover corn na elephant hill dahil mahal po halaman na yun. Nag-ano daw po sila doon, nag-vaccine. Pero sabi ni Kapitan, huwag niyong sisirain ang halaman ng paaralan. Bilang nila, meron siyang security guard na nagbabantay sa paaralan na pati ang mga halaman ay binibilang araw-araw. So see, very good practices. So, titingnan po natin lahat ng stakeholders who have direct concern on the delivery of services to achieve quality learning in the school should be present when you present quarterly your DBEA. Mag-suspend po kayo ng, halimbawa, half day. Half day. Para na sa gayon, this is one way of communicating, open communication with your stakeholders. And that is what shared governance and accountability should be. There should be open communication to all stakeholders so that they would be reflecting on what possible contribution that they could have to address issues and concerns in the school. Makikita mo talaga ang may malasakit sa ating mga LGUs sa pag-aaral ng ating mga anak. Kasi sabi po natin, ang school-based management po natin is anchored on the principle of access, a child and a community-centered education. Ang ibig po sabihin nun, it's the duty right of every child. Birthright niya ang education. And the duty bearer is the community. That includes the school. That includes the outside stakeholders. We are the duty bearer of education that should be given to our learners. Birthright nila yan. And duty natin na ibigay sa kanila yan. So, next slide. The phases of MEA process and task by level. So, ito po ang phases ng MEA. How do we do it? These are the process and the phases so that you will be guided accordingly on how to do it at the level of the school because we have been doing it at the level of the division office. So, we have the pre-SMEA. So, para siyang preparatory, First orientation. Kami po, 2 araw yan. Organization, meron na kayo niyan. Kung given na yan, wag na ninyong gawin yan. Special order, ginawa na po ninyo yan. revisit the OPCRF. Sorry po, hindi ko na ano yan kasi ang basihan ay OPCRF. Revisit the OPCRF. M&A tools, quantitative and qualitative, gathering of data through the IMED. So, meron po tayong free validation. So, yung quantitative data, M&E content areas, POs, unaccomplished target, value added, reports on resources, HR, financial, physical facilities, RNAP, and so forth. So, yun po ang ating mga quantitative data. Binibilang po yan. Yung qualitative data po natin na makapture dyan sa Smea, yung ating mga issues, yung mga hindering and facilitating factors, the lessons learned, sustainability measure, recommendation based on an accomplished target and issues. These are qualitative. Kami nga po per functional division, pag nag-consolidate si Madam Michelle, so nakikita po natin, napakaganda ng mga lessons learned. Yung lessons learned, hindi lang lessons learned dahil after kasi may problema, ano ang mga significant insights, lessons we have learned in the quarterly implementation and accomplishment of those particular plan targets. So, makita mo pag binasa mo ang lesson, ang gaganda. Parang nagseseminaryo ang mga lessons learned. O makita mo doon. And of course, the sustainability measures for those programs and projects that are working, you sustain them. And then of course, recommendation based on an accomplished. Kaya nga right away, if all the heads of that organization are present, right away in collaboration with the people per functional division, they could already recommend solutions for those unaccomplished targets and issues. So, tatandaan po natin yan. Yan ang ating mga pre-Smea. The things that we do prior to Smea. Next, continue. The Smea proper, the validation phase, we validate validation of data gathered by the implementers. Output, vis-a-vis targets. Kaya po 1 week. 1 week ginagawa ni Madam Michelle at ni Robin yan. And of course, with Madam Shirley kasi siya ang magpipresent sa region. So, nagbigay na po kami during the pre-SMEA ng per functional division na accomplishment, both quantitative and qualitative. Tapos, yung validation, ginagawa pa yan. Nagsisit-in pa rin po kami. Output, isa-isa. So, yung first day, nagbibigay po kami ng mga accomplishment natin. Pag nagawa na nilang report, binabalidate pa yan. Another day, 2 days, 3 days. Ay, naku, hanggat hindi nare-report sa region, dumarating ang schedule, hindi natatapos ang report. Ano po? Laging, still remember, during the time na si Madam Weng at sumasama po kami at we are one of the participants, hanggang hindi kami matawag, may dinadagdag si Madam Weng doon sa aming report. So walang final hanggat hindi ma-final na ma-present. Consider standards and guidelines, probing questions by implementers, and gathering of MOBs per output. Those are the activities that we do during the validation phase, which is the SMEA proper. Process po yan. So, pagtanong mo, nag-evaluate ka ng SBM, ako po kasi binabalidate ko process at ang practices ng mga school, at ang process. Kasi ang mga process at practices, iyon ang nasa MOBs na mga dokumentong binabalidate. Tinatanong ko, Ma, paano niyo po ginawa ang school improvement plan? Paano niyo po ginawa ang school improvement plan? Kung bago po siya, paano niya po sasagutin yun? Hindi niya alam. Paano niya? Kasi ang mga dokumento, babalidate mo doon sa process. Magtatanong ka. Kasi, ano ang process ng validation ng school-based management? Document analysis. Ano pa? Yung pinakahuli, interview and observation. So, kaya po dapat alam nila ang process. Alam mo, pag alam na binabalidate mo ang process, ay naku ma'am, may mangkukot na balo, may pamituki-tuki. Ala na kang kukutang papaladya pang evidence. Master po yung process. You see, the coordinator of Guagua East, the SBM coordinator, promoted master teacher. Very good yan po. See? At ini po yung panabilin ko. Eko po may pangap yung dokumento. because the practice of one school is unique. In practices na, nakalupa yung practices na, contextualize la po dapat. Nung nano'y piagriyo, yung at kareng mowa yung, la po pare-pareho. Po? At saka realistic ya po yung planning yung. In planning yung magagawang metong aldo, 2 oras. Kalbat metong yung meeting. Kaya po, ako, mabalidate ko po rin, retang process and practices. So see, this is now the second phase, which is the validation phase. O, sige. Atin tapo pong side comments, pero babalik, tamo rin babalik kayo at ang presentation. Continue. Post-Smea, what do we do? O after present, may gawa na po yung report, finalized na, validated na rin data. So, it will be reported now at the regional office. Quarterly reported at the regional office. And our presenter is none other than our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Madam Shirley, accompanied by Sir Robin, the budget officer. Kasi mahalaga, chuya po yung budget officer. Number 1 na dinig kukutang is the fund utilization. Yung paggamit ng pondo nung magigisan la. After the validation, at chulang ang pureng chips na ning regional office, at yung HR, at yung accountant. Mangutang la po din. So, after na ning presentation, take notes na po yung Madam Michelle, karetang hanggang suggestion, recommendations of the panel of evaluators and validators. After that, atina kaya na naman pong 1 day, ingaws na kanita post-Smea. So see, ma'am, it's not a one-time sitting. It's not a 2-hour sitting. Ating kami post-Smea. We take note of the suggestions and comments. Outputs. Ay, kaya pa ito. Consider the suggestion comments of the implementers. Outputs without supporting MOBs will not be considered as accomplishment. Kaya po gewami po ito. Wapin balo kung gagawan nyo rito. Pero sa amin na Kenny, outputs without supporting MOBs will not consider as accomplishment. Kaya nga naman po king RPMS yun. Balo yun po, ma'am. O ba't po mapapagal ko king school-based management? Kaya kasi way of life. Impumbunin na sabihan ng way of life. Kalupa na yun yung pamamangat. Makatatlo pati ngapon. At yung mga 2 merienda. Kalupa na yun yung minum. Regular. Kalupa na po ng pamagpuputa mo nung every morning niya, regular. It's a way of life. Habit. Po? So that in the preparation of MOBs, ela po makapuyat ding mestra. You see, ma'am, schedule na po ng validation, kanitaya pa po. Kabat hanggang ini, mag-validate tayo po kasi eke pa po ready. Rupong way of life yan, na po dapat sabihan ito. Ma'am? These are some of the things that we get from the field during the validation. That is why po we are relaying it to you so that you will be mindful po. So that at our end, whatever help that you need, we could assist. Next, writing of the draft of Smea report. So, rin pong outputs without MOBs are not considered accomplishment. So, after na po nito, we write the draft of the Smea report. Gagawa kayo pa pong report using the suggested template with consideration of the M&E content. And then we finalize the report, we submit the finalized report. Kung Smea school year, you submit it to PSDS, pero kung direktane po king division link niya mo. If it is DMEA, we submit it to the regional office after it has been finalized. So those are the 3 phases and the processes under each phase during the crafting of our SBEA report at the school level, DMEA report at the division level, and RBEA at the regional level. Next slide. Thank you, pala. So, those are the things that we follow when it comes to the crafting of our SMEA. And I just hope that the division level our office is open to all those who are needing assistance. That is our role. We provide TA in the implementation of programs and projects. And the Smea is a scorecard of every school, a scorecard at the division level, tracking progress, accomplishment of PPAs, so that it could help us in making informed decisions and solving problems, addressing issues and concerns. What is the main goal? To track the progress of the implementation of the different activities, programs, and projects in order to improve delivery of services, leading to the attainment of improved learning outcomes. That is the purpose of the Smea. Making the necessary adjustment if targets are not accomplished. So with this orientation, we just do hope, following the process, following the phases, you will be able to do it properly at the level of the school. With, of course, the head of the school heading the Smea at the level of the school. Our plan for next year to conclude the validation for this school year, I did suggest it. I did already said this to Madam Michelle, to be incorporated in our AIP as in the ESCOT. That part of the concluding activity is the feedbacking. That is one activity. I-cover ko nga po retang ng validators per level of per indicator. What are the positive and the feedbacks that we need to relay to you? And then later on, in one orientation of the new tool vis-a-vis the feedback coming from the validation of SY of this school year, payabe tala pong looking orientation, data pong teachers, all teachers na, pwede naman through Facebook, so that everyone would know school-based management, which include Smea, so that everyone would appreciate the beauty of school-based management. And Smea is one of those things in school-based management. Ultimately, our main goal at the division office is, of course, I congratulate Madam Michelle and the whole team, our district supervisors, our education supervisors, for providing assistance to our school. And really, we have seen tremendous improvement. But we do not rest till there. Kaya nga continuous progressive development and progressive continuous improvement of our school. That is the aim of the division of Pampanga. And so with that, we hope to see Smea working really. It's a working Smea at the level of the school. And so to further understand this is Smea, the process, the templates, all these things which I have discussed will be contextualized through examples by my fellow Sis Chief, Madam Celia, in the next presentation. Thank you so much and happy morning to everyone.
Ayan, ma'am, maraming salamat. Napaka-detalye po ng inyong presentation at it was very good po. Na nasabi din po ng ating chief na even worthwhile endeavors need evaluation in order to determine if they have become distractions from the best goals. So, yung mechanism po natin na Smea ay makakatulong po sa atin para ma-improve pa po ang ating mga services na ginagawa. Ayan, so maraming salamat po muli, Dr. Arcely Santos Lopez. Our next speaker is the very knowledgeable and brilliant mind of Curriculum Implementation Division. Napaka-appreciative po niya, especially sa craft na ginagawa po natin. No? I really appreciate her by that po. So friends, to discuss the MEA templates, the very competent Chief of CID, Dr. Celia R. Lacandale. Good morning po, Ma'am Cel.
Hello po, pleasant morning to everyone. My respect to our OIC Superintendent, Dr. Melissa Sanchez, to our Overseer of the ESGO, Dr. Shirley Sipagan, to my fellow Chief, Dr. Arcely Lopez, to all the education program supervisors, PSDSS present in this platform, our school heads, our Smea coordinators, and all the teachers present po. Happy and blessed morning po to everyone. I really love the talk of my fellow chief, and truly we had our blood compact before that we will be with SDO Pampanga for a very long time. God willing, and I hope God will give us the strength and also the good health so we can sustain our efforts and our services to our people in SDO Pampanga. I really appreciate all the discussion of my fellow chief while doing po urgent reports here in the CID. No, I love all the sharings of my fellow chief here. I also learned a lot from her discussion. No? Talagang kami po ay nasanay na sa tinatawag nating multitasking. While listening to a speaker, we are also doing our respective work po in SDO Pampanga. So this morning, allow me po to present to you the Smea tools. No? And true enough, I would like to commend the sharing of my fellow chief and also her emphasis that in doing the Smea, in doing the Smea, it should not be one person doing it, but it has to be collaboratively done by our teachers in the school level together of course, the leadership of our school head. And it's not only a matter of collating all your accomplishments for the quarter, but it's also worth to mention that it has to be presented with our internal and also external stakeholders. We were able to take note of that in one school in which we validated, particularly on the SBM level of practice. And when we interviewed one particular teacher in charge of the Smea, we asked that particular question: if the accomplishments and all the challenges and issues in the DMEA were they collaboratively discussed within or among our faculty members and also the stakeholders. Pero yung pong sabi doon, very honest naman, very candid, very frank, sinabi niya na, ma'am, hindi po, So, ibig sabihin, there is a need really for this particular orientation. So, as members of SDO family, we are able to follow through with the many division memorandum and also information already previously shared by the queen of the mayor of our division, Ma'am Michelle, and also with her partner, Sir Robin. Ang dalawang ito, maganda po ang kanilang tandem. Time and again, they have proven their competence, their excellence in their work, and also gustong-gusto ko sa dalawang ito yung kanang very, very good or exemplary behavior. Okay? So, congratulations to the two of you, my dear. And this morning, allow me to present to you with my partner. I think Ma'am Brendalyn will be presenting the sample. Yeah, the samples, Smea, that I have crafted last night, and until this morning because of the many work that we have in our division, So, okay lang yan. Kaya nga sinasabi natin, it's always multitasking in our division. Pero very good yung emphasis ng aking partner that the creation and the finalization of the Smea to be submitted to the division, it has to be collaboratively done, created, crafted, finalized by the team, and it has to be presented also external stakeholders. So again, a while back, we have also mentioned that one of the objectives of the Smea is to provide immediate feedbacks. Feedbacks on what? The efficacy and also the strengths, on the program implementation vis-a-vis the OPCRF, the SIP, and the AIP. So we heard that with Ma'am Arceli. So in this particular Smea presentation, nakita rin natin in the past when I got the 2020 Smea tool, magkaiba. Talagang magkaiba na tayo ng Smea tool from 2020 and also 2021. In here, we can see that the tool that we utilize for the Smea presentation is anchored on the OPCRF of our dear school head. So naka-align po ang ating mismong mga CRA and also ang ating mga objectives with the PPSH, as mandated by the DepEd Order number okay, 24 Series 2020, that we have to adapt it, that we have to implement it, no, at the school level. So, marami pong salamat. Thank you, Ma'am Kang. Tingnan naman ninyo kami dito. No? Yung team natin, we are really working as a team, no? Sabi ko, si Ma'am kanina, medyo nagrereklamo, nakatutok because maliit daw, no, yung mga font size. She cannot really read, no, the font size, no, of the PowerPoint presentation, kaya nakatutok. And as an accommodation or adjustment, I requested po Sir Dennis to print out also my presentation this morning. So kapag hindi ko nabasa, kahit nakasalamin po ako, babalikan ko po yung aking na-print na copy po dito. Right? So tingnan po natin yung ating mismong tool. Yeah? Pero gusto ko rin magbanggit na during the validation, if Ma'am Marceli was indeed pleased, no, with the validation in Davao, I was also pleased, no, in one of our validation for SBM, no, in Candaba. And I really appreciated also the support of our external, okay, the external stakeholders, all right, no, in support of the school accomplishment, particularly during the validation of the SBM. And although I really appreciated all the schools, no, I would like just to mention, no, the Bahay Pare High School, no, yung Bahay Pare natin, okay, managed by Ma'am Faye Gonzalez. There was really a tremendous, no, change, no, in that particular school, and also the level of practice, SBM level of practice, no, of the school. And then makikita natin yung the active support, no, of our, okay, stakeholders, external stakeholders, particularly yung aking kasi na-validate in the curriculum. I was so happy with one particular lolo who has written a poem, no, entitled Madam Celia. Kaya hindi ko makalimutan. No? Ang gandang-ganda po ng tula na kanyang ginawa. And based from the stories that I also listened to, gumagawa siya ng mga kwento, ng mga tula, no, for sa adaptation of the school in terms of, sabi natin, in aligned, no, with the competencies that we have in Filipino subject. So yun po ang sinasabi natin, there was an active, no, involvement of our stakeholders, no, in SBM. Kaya sabi ni Ma'am kanina, it's really, no, a way of life. No, it's a way of life, okay. Everything, no, emanates from the support, okay, of our internal and also external stakeholders. Kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng tinatawag na shared governance and also sense of ownership. The community, okay, no, knows our, okay, PPAs, no, and also they also know our situations and context, and also our issues and challenges. So in that way, when they are present during the presentation of the Smea, in the crafting of the OPCR, of the AIP and the SIP, they could share their valuable inputs for the improvement of school, no, processes, no, and also governance. Okay? So tignan po natin itong mga CRA, no, ng mga CRA ng ating mga school heads, and also sample activities which I put in here as part of coaching, no, coaching to our school heads and also our SMEA, no, coordinators po in school. All right. So in here po, we have the CRA 1, no, for the physical and financial accomplishment. In here, we have the CRA 1 of the school head, which is on leading strategically. So in our first objective, ito na yung sinasabi natin, malabo sa akin, led in the development of school strategic and operational plans. No, in the SIP, no, AIP's MEPA, work and financial plan, DRRM plan. So makikita po natin sa isang objective po yan. So in the activity, makikita po natin nakalagay development of the AIP, BLCOP, the work and financial plan, DRRM contingency plan. So nandun po sa ating mismong first column. Okay, and for the output indicator, so this particular tool is, no, also synonymous to the tool that we are utilizing po in the DMEA presentation in our division. Okay. So for the output indicator, makikita po natin dyan AIP, BLCOP, the WFP, DRRM, contingency plan developed. Okay, now, if you have to go back, okay, if you have to go back with our objective, which is led in the development, okay, that's the reason why in the activity, it's no development of, and in the output indicator, I put there po, no, after all the output indicators, I have put po the word develop, no, for alignment. But during the presentation of the DMEA for the third quarter, according to Mamin, okay, one of the suggestions made by Sir Marcos is not to repeat the activities anymore. Okay, not to repeat the activities anymore, but just to put our indicators, yung mga bilang, no, yung mga sabi natin, yung mga kwenta, ang ilalagay natin sa mga output indicators natin, no? But for the sake of alignment, kasi gusto po namin yung alignment, no, of the objective of the activity, no, so output indicators for our division, kasi hindi naman kayo nagsasubmit in the region. So as is po tayo sa ganito, okay? So connect from the objective to the activity and also our output indicator. That's the way how we do it, no, in SDO Pampanga, okay? Now for the physical, all right, accomplishment from the targeted, we have here 100% and 100%. So as school head po, no, you are mandated to craft, no, these output indicators, yeah? So, for example po here in the, after po the physical, then we have po the financial, no, accomplishment, yung ating funding requirement, I have put here a sample of 2,000. Saan po natin kukunin yung 2,000 na to? It can be from the MOOE, no, as part po, no, of the expenses in the merienda, snacks, no, of our people, as they try to sit down together and craft, okay, the AIP, the BLCOP, and everything, no? So this is just a sample. Pero kung sa inyong paaralan, no, ang practice po ninyo, one of your best practices is for our people, no, when they sit down together, they bring their own snacks, no, at kayo po ay kumakain na magkakasama, no, maaari pong hindi kayo maglagay, no, ng inyong tinatawag nating financial or funding requirement for this particular column. And so I have here po date targeted, no, I have here a sample October 2020 to July 2021. But of course, no, if you have to go back, no, with the Smea of the school, sample lang naman po ito. Now, when we talk about, no, the quarter 1, ang quarter 1 po natin ay magsa-start ng June, July, and August. For the quarter 2, no, we're going to start September, October, and November. For quarter 3, it should be December to February, and then for March, no, to May. So again, sabi natin, ulitin natin, no, for the school, so that there will be no gap, no, in the Smea crafting and presentation. Our Q1 should be June to August. Our Q2 would be September to November. Our Q3 will be December, no, to November, February rather. And for Q4, March to May. So yun po ang ating mga DMEA reporting, yeah? And then submission to the division office. All right. Now, let's proceed, yeah? So again, sabi natin, na nakita natin dito pa lang sa ating first part, okay? Status of activity, kailangan at this point in time, done na po ang mga yaan natin, no? So done, we can put done, ongoing, yeah? Or, kuminsan kung hindi naman siya done, ano pong ilalagay po ninyo dyan? Okay, to be dropped, no? Pwede na mag-drop kung mayroon po kayong issue, no, later on. Pero ito, sagradong ito ay done po. And then for the remarks, ang madalas nating naririnig for coming from when before, all right, and also being continued and articulated by our members of SDO Pampanga, dapat ang kwenta ay may kwento. Ang kwento ay galing sa isang kwenta, no? So dito, no, ano ba ang kwento natin? Dapat na-achieve natin, na-accomplish po natin yung mga output indicators natin, no? So dapat mayroong mga facilitating factors why you were able, no, to craft, to develop, no, these indicators. And if there were, no, hindering factors, you have to make kwento also in the portion of the remarks, no? So dito po naglagay po ako, no, supportive subject coordinators, grade team leaders and officers, techno-savvy ICT leader, active involvement of PDA and community leaders, on-time downloaded of the MOOE. So meaning to say, yung apat na na-identify ko dito, these are possible facilitating factors why you were able to craft immediately, okay, on time, no, based on the targeted time, all those indicators that we have, no, stipulated in column 2, right? Now, for the date of accomplishment, of course, it depends, no? It depends on your target, no? Pero sabi natin, we would always, you will always be evaluated based on efficiency, no? So kung ano ang tinarget yung date, dapat within those target dates, no, na-accomplish po natin ang mga yan, no? This is just a sample, but just to give you a glimpse on how to do it, no, at the school level based on our, all right, Smea, okay, tool. Now, let's proceed po, no? On the second part, which is, yun sa ilalim nito, pero nakikita nyo ko, development of school report card and accomplishment report, no? Doon sa part na yon. So, ito po sabi ni ma'am, no, although you are submitting an SRC to the division, no, sometimes it has to be different. Narinig ko yan kay ma'am, sir. It has to be different, no, in terms of content and in terms siguro of design, no? When you also share this one, the SRC, to your parents and other stakeholders, because sometimes, no, our parents might not be that may not be really that educated, and so kung English pong nakalagay lahat dyan, maaring hindi po nila maintindihan, no? So again, no, it's the decision of the school planning team, the SGC, the school head, no, and our partners, stakeholders po, no, on how you're going to design this way, in such a way, this one, no, will be best understood and appreciated by our external partners, no? So tayo kasi nagkakaintindihan, pero sabi natin, no, outside our educational community, sometimes parents are not really, no, educated. So kailangan ma-reach out po natin, ma-inform natin sila, no, on the status, no, of the implementation of the PPAs of the school, no, and also your achievement rate, as well your performance indicators, and so on. So dito po naglagay ako ng 100%, no? Dapat talaga kasi you are required, mandated, no, by the division to submit your SRC, your accomplishment report po, no, yearly. So nakalagay po dyan, it's 100%. And the funding requirement, again, I put there 2,000, no, minimal expenses for food, no, just in case, and also printing of our SRC report, no, to be sure to our external partners as well. So yung ating pong funding source would be the MOOE, and then they targeted, no, October 2020 to July 2021. And then date accomplished July 2021. Because last school year, we were able po to start in August, and we end up in July 10, no? July 10. So sabi natin, no, at least po a month after the sabi natin, no, closure of classes, dapat gagawa na tayo ng ating mga accomplishment report, and within that month period, sabi natin hanggang July, na-share na po natin. Within that month, we have shared our SRC to our stakeholders. And what could be then the facilitating factors, no? Kaya naglagay lang ako ng 100%. So again, sabi natin, yung mga nilagay ko doon sa una can be facilitating factors. But then again, no, kung hindi naman yun natapos, there could be reasons why you were not able, no, to finish on time. Siguro na tapos nyo ng August. There could be other reasons, the hindering factors why you were not able to finish on time. No? So kung ang pag-uusapan natin efficiency-wise, then no, mayroon tayong labs, you'll not be getting 5. No? In the OPCRF of our principal, it can be 4. Okay? No, if you were not able to follow through with that timeline. Yan po. So, next po tayo, no? Para lang makita natin. So, again, develop po, no? For the number 3 activity here, all right, leading strategically, preparation, tapos ako doon. Number 3 is on development, adjustment, presentation of SMEPA, no? So, makikita natin, yan, tas pa natin ng konti. Yan, thank you po, ma'am. All right. So development, yeah, this is what we are now discussing today. All right, SMEPA, yeah. So ito ay school quarterly adjustment, yeah, and then sabi natin SMEPA, no. So quarterly you are submitting, you are collating, no, all your accomplishments, no, vis-a-vis our PPA's implementation. And then sabi natin, no, after gathering all the accomplishments of the different no areas, all right, of the different grade levels. Then no, you harmonize po no your, sabi natin, no, quarterly report. Pero we have heard Ma'am Arcely mentioning a while back, just like in the SBM, no, SMEPA should also be no, a way of life. Meaning, na hindi yung ipapas natin ngayong linggo, ngayon natin no, gagawin ang mga MOVs natin. No, ipapasa natin bukas, no, at ngayon natin, no, talagang pagpupuyatan ng gabi ng lahat ng ating mga movies. So again, sabi natin, what should be developed among our people, no, in relation to resiliency is no, discipline as well. No? Discipline in the creation of the MOVs, no, if it is possible, it's daily, all right, weekly, no, and then later on po, no, when there is a need to collate everything, no, your MOVs are already ready na to be, sabi natin, to be consolidated by our subject leader coordinators, by the grade level coordinators, no, by the SMEPA team natin, no. So ganoon po tayo. No, it's not only the principal working, no, towards the accomplishment, towards the consolidation of reports in our division, in your school rather, no, dito sa division natin, ganoon din, no. We have 3 functional units working collaboratively together. Okay, at palagi po tayong, we are being reminded, no, with the quotation of Henry Ford, when everyone is working together, okay, then success takes no, care of itself. So lahat tayo kailangan nagtatrabaho. It's not only one person, no, but no, it should be a collaborative effort of everyone in the school, no, so you can get no, whatever your targets are, you can accomplish big dreams, no, and aspirations for your learners as well. No? So dito makikita natin, no, dahil ito ay isang quarterly, so makikita po natin yung ating mga quarterly reporting, no. So halimbawa yung quarter 1, no, kung ito ay August, so at least po yung first week of September tapos na tayo sa ating reporting for Q1. Kung ito ay Q2, dapat po no, yung first week of December o kaya yung last week of November tapos na po tayo. For quarter 3 and quarter 4, ganoon po. End of the month o kaya first week no, of the succeeding month, tapos po tayo in the consolidation of our report. Na. So kamukha po, ano yung mga best practices natin in SDO Pampanga, we have different subsections no, of the functional division. Just like in the CID, we have the ALS, no, we have the this no, for the district instructional supervision, we have also the IM. For our EPSS group, we have also the ALR. So lahat ng mga to nabibigyan po ng mga templates. So the job of the chief then is to consolidate only the reports of the different subsections. And from there, sabi natin, I also add up no, my own accomplishments for the CID. And then we try to harmonize our accomplishment no, report in the CID as we submit also the report for the entire no, SDO Pampanga. So ganun din po ang ginagawa no, ng ating mga ibang mga functional division. So sa inyo po, no, it can be by subject area, by grade level, all right? And then no, sabi natin, if there are groups in charge of this one, no, so sabi, may school planning team tayo, meron tayong DMEA coordinators. Then, of course, the work for the principal no, becomes lighter and easier. Sabi natin kanina, we do not really want to overburden our teachers. Totoo po yan, no? And we will not really be overburdened no, with the many, sabi natin, reportorial reports or documents if no, from time to time, daily or weekly, no, we try to look into already our MOVs. Ne? O, kailangan inaayos na po natin para pag collation time, no, ever ready na po no, ang bawat subject, no, ang bawat grade level, no, at matatapos po yan on the designated time, okay, set by the school head, right? So, dun po tayo sa ating physical no, target. So, nakalagay po dyan natin ay 100% because, again, you are mandated to submit no, to the office your report. So, dapat it has to be 100% no, when you have submitted it no, based on the quality, efficiency, and also sabi natin responsiveness. And then, yung financial natin, wala akong nailagay dyan dahil kahit kami dito, whenever we collate our CID, all right, the DMEA reporting or report, I do not allot a budget for this one. So kayo, maaring maglagay kayo. It depends, of course, on the MOE provision or allocation po of the school. Yeah? So, dyan po sa ating mismong reporting, nakalagay po dyan, November 20, for the this quarter, November 2021. Yeah? So, yung status of activity natin, by this time, kung sabi ko po, end of sabi natin, November, so sabi ko ay dapat end of November tapos na kayo or first week of December. It depends on your target. Yeah? And then, sabi done, kung tapos na tayo, yung first week, done na tayo. And then remarks, what could be, again, sabi natin, yung close collaboration. Pwede yung facilitating factor could be the close coordination, collaboration of the members of the different subject coordinators, grade level na leaders natin. So, pwede po tayong maglagay ng ganon. Yeah? Sige po, talagang maliit, kaya maganda na may kopya kami dito no, sa harapan namin. Alright, next tayo. I'm done po with the Smea pa. No, ito pong pinag-uusapan natin ngayon. Next po would be on objective number 4. Okay, objective number 4 is led the school in ensuring compliance to standards of SBM level of practice. No? So again, your activities you would like to comply with the standards of SBM level of practice. And then, ang ating output indicator will be the MOVs for SBM level 3 if your target is level 3 of practice of the school na complied. MOVs for SBM level 3 of practice of the school complied. So, compliance complied. And then, 100%, naglagay po ako ng funding requirement. Halimbawa na ang target ninyo for the validation is set on November. Okay. So naglagay ako dito, date accomplished, November, targeted date natin ay 22,000. Sorry po, November 22, 2021. Date accomplished is November 22, 2021 done. Dito po sa funding, nakita po ninyo, naglagay ako ng 5,000. Whether we like it or not, our school heads and our teachers po are very generous in nature in providing for the merienda or the food of our validators. Pero pwede pong kuhanin natin yung 5,000 na yan from the donation coming from our friends and external stakeholders. Ngayon kasi wala tayong canteen. You cannot get that 5,000 from the canteen operations considering po wala po yung mga anak natin para bumili ng mga merienda po sa school natin. So you can put 5,000 pero that can be part of the donations from friends and other external stakeholders. Yung iba kasi hindi sila naglalagay ng funding requirement, okay lang po yan. For as long as sabihin natin your target, whatever your target is, yung 7, yung SBM level 3 of practice, so nakadan ako dito, and then yung ating kwento doon, because of the validation attained SBM level 3 of practice. So again, ito yung kwento ng adherence to the different standards. Ito yung mga sabi natin, preparation of the MOVs of the school, collaboratively prepared by our teachers and our school heads. And then at the last part, okay, your dream is to produce one, but in the kwento, sabi natin, your school, was pronounced as SBM level 3 of practice. Now for objective number 5, nandyan po ang implementation of the school DRRM plan and sabi natin AR, accomplishment report, okay? So yung ating submission of the accomplishment report. So one, nandiyan po ang ating output indicator, school DRRM plan implemented. Tapos po yung ating school DRRM accomplishment report. Maaring ito po ay submitted. So implementation and submission of, okay? So pwede po tayo maglagay ng verb, alright? Align again with our objective for this particular graph. And then, ginagawa naman po ng mga school heads natin yan together with our DRRM coordinator. Kaya naglagay po ako, physical target natin is 100%, accomplishment is 100%. For the financial requirement, wala po ako nilagay. Kasi karaniwan, wala naman po tayong gastos whenever we craft the plan. Yeah? So NA po ako dyan. And yung pinakadulo, maaring October po ito until July 2021, yung last year. O kung ngayon tayo, maaring naglagay tayo October 2021 to matatapos po tayo ng June, no? 24, 2022. So, pwede po nating baguhin yan. And the remarks, alright, yung remarks natin dito, ano ba yung kwento natin sa DRRM? So, na-accomplish natin whatever the hindering reasons kung hindi natin na-accomplish ang mga plans natin, no, maari pong lagay ninyo yung mga reasons why you were not able to accomplish your plans, no, for the DRRM. O yun namang facilitating natin, kung nagkaroon po, no, ng halimbawa nagkaroon ng bagyo, and then of course kasama kayo sa mga nasiraan ng mga bubong, etc. Within the school year, if there were, sabi nating, quick response, no, funds for the repair of our roofing, of the CR, whatever in the school, seating, etc., then pwede natin ikuwento, no, dito sa ating mismong remarks. Okay? So kung meron po mga infusion of additional budget, no, for the DRRM, o kaya the release, no, immediate release of funds, then that can be part of our facilitating factors in the implementation of your targets for this particular, no, activity. Yeah? O next po tayo, no? Yung ating leading strategically, objective number 6, implemented innovative practices, researches in school operations. Now, in here, you cannot really create innovative practices and also researches without looking into your data. So you have, again, to go back to your issues, no, to your challenges, and also yung ating mga data gathered, surveyed, conducted in relation to the implementation of the PPAs of the school, in relation to the curriculum delivery, service delivery, and so on. So those then will be your inputs in the creation of innovative, okay, projects. No, not only innovative projects, but also sabi natin yung mga research outputs po ng mga teachers natin. So kasama po dito yung ating mga CIP, no? Ito po na kaya nakalagay dito. If your target would be 4, no, 2 researches, so kaya 1 research and 3, no, CIP, innovative projects implemented. So kailangan, no, within the year ma-achieve po natin yan. So halimbawa, no, quarterly you are reporting kung ang target natin is 4, then you have to divide the 4, okay, sabi natin, number into 111. So quarterly, dapat meron kayong na-accomplish na 1 innovative project or CIP project. And sabi ni ma'am kanina, she made mention na anong halaga ng kwenta, no? If will not redound really for the improvement of the delivery of instruction, if it will not redound again, no, to the improvement, no, of achievement of our learners. So again, central to our activities in school, no, would always be for the improvement, no, of achievement of learning outcomes of our learners, no. So yun po palagi lahat. In SDU Pampanga, just like, no, I would like to emphasize that it is always a collaborative, no, effort, concerted efforts of 3 functional divisions. Whatever we are doing in the CID, no, sometimes, no, it would always be supported and complemented, no, by the SGOD. No. In terms of training, nandiyan po ang SGOD HRDS. In terms of budget, nandiyan po ang ating budget officer. No. In terms of allocation, and right, sabi natin, issuance of honoraria for our speakers. Yan, kasama namin po dyan si Sir Erwin. So again, sabi natin, in the same manner, no, yun po ang dapat na maisagawa natin sa school. No? Sabi natin, it has to be always collaboration, no? Sabi na open communication, agreement. Sometimes you disagree in order to agree, no, at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, palagi natin sinasabi na we are just one family. We are one as the, no, Pampanga family. You are one, no, family in your school. And whatever your issues are, at the end of the day, no, uuwi kayo, dapat masaya. Uuwi kayo, dapat, no, iwanan nyo na mga issues sa paaralan. Alright, because it would, no, increase your cortisol levels and it would not be so good, no, to your health. Okay? So kayo po mga school heads, alam ko marami din kayong mga pinagdadaanan. Sometimes you have also issues with your teachers, with your PTA, officers, if they are not supportive of your programs. You have also issues with our LGUs, of the lack of support, sometimes the BLCOP, pero sabi nga natin, itong mga issues na to pwede nating magamit when we craft, sabi natin researches, and also sabi natin mga CI projects. Po. So again, sabi natin pwede kayo pag-target ng 1-1-1-1 until you will be able to accomplish your 4 targets po for the year. So dito po sa ating remarks, again, you can also, if you were not able, dito kasi 100%. So again, sabi natin, ano ang ating facilitating factor? It can be our teachers, well-focused teachers in the creation of innovative projects, and sabi natin, research outputs for the school. So kung well-focused, kung well-disciplined, kung ang mga teachers natin, they are into the improvement of the school, then we can make kwento in the remark section. If not, kung hindi natin accomplish, maaring for the quarter, naging busy po ang lahat, lalo for small schools, at that, maaring naging busy ang lahat in the preparation of MOVs for the validation of the SBM level of practice, Kaya naiwan ang isang CI project natin. So maaari niyo pong ikwento, in the remark section as well. Pero kapag naikwento natin in the remark section, kaya nga sabi natin, Smea, you have to adjust your wings for the succeeding quarter. Whatever you fail to accomplish po in quarter in quarter 2, then you have to adjust, and try to accomplish that for the next succeed quarter. So ganun po tayo. Kahit kami may mga pagkakataon in SDO Pampanga that we're not getting 100% in relation to IS. Why? Because of the many intervening activities of SDO Pampanga and higher offices. Hindering factor po yan. So kung ganoon, anong gagawin naming adjustment for the succeeding quarter? So mag-a-adjust po ang ating mga kasamahan in terms of time management, in terms of additional, concerted efforts of the team of the PSDSS, of the EPSS in the conduct of their instructional supervision in relation to the sabi natin project, we call that project impact, yung tutok po sa mga school heads natin. Okay? So dito, naglagay po ako dyan, September 2021, kunwari, September 2021, because we started po September 13, 2021 to June 2022. Okay? Kung quarterly ito, kasi within the year, sabi natin, per quarter, nakakailan ba kayong targets? So doon po sa ating mismong column na yan, kung 4, kailangan, kung quarter ang target mo ay 1, dapat nakaka-1 tayo. Per quarter, papalitan na natin dun yung ating per quarter niya. So yung quarter na yon, maaaring mapalit tayo ng date. Okay? Nakaka-accomplish tayo ng isa. For quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. So in the 4 quarters, na-achieve po natin yung 4 na kinuwenta natin sa output indicators. So sample lang po ito. Baka naman sa inyo, for bigger schools, sabi natin, you can have 8, 1 per learning area. You can have more than 8 kung ang kayo po ay sabi natin you're coming from hindi man kayo galing mega school kayo. So you can create more. It depends po on sabi natin the number of teachers that we have po in the school. Okay? So next po tayo. So leading, tapos tayo. Okay, CRA number 1. Okay, objective number 7. Okay, number 7 na po tayo. Mahaba-haba naman po kasi ang OPCRF ng principal. Okay, overseen, sabi po dito, the operationalization of the management information systems, database management in the school. So in the division, we have, also the management information system. Po. All right. Now, kaya kayo, what are you going to do? So it's a matter of updating your MIS data, basic management system. So quarterly, all right, nagkakaroon po tayo ng updating. Dito, particularly, halimbawa po kanina may nagtatanong sa akin na pwede po bang mag-accept ng mga late enrollees? But we know for a fact that the latest, no, yung pinakaano natin doon is until September 30, no, 2021 only, di ba? So again, no, nung September 30, we're done already, di ba? Doon sa ating data on enrollment. Pwede pa ba, no? So again, kung kayo ay after September 30, mayroon tayo because of consideration, because human consideration tayo palagi, because of, no? Basta wala pa tayo, hindi tayo lumalagpas doon sa 20%. Okay, na sabi po natin ay yung pong absences, no, ng mga anak na gusto lang i-enroll because they want to secure the, sabi natin, budget for peace. Yeah. So tingnan nyo muna po, but there should be, sabi nga natin, catch-up plan on how, pero at this point in time, no, kasi meron akong kausap kanina, yeah, kailangan hindi lumalagpas doon, sasabihin natin, tolerable allowance natin for attendance. Yeah? So yun po, kailangan, sabi ko, meron po tayong catch-up plan, meron tayong pong schedule, na kung saan na ito po yung mga adjustment na gagawin, meron tayong MOA o kaya kasunduan lang, no, with the parents agreement, no, on ensuring, yeah, that the different modules for the first quarter, no, will be submitted also, no, on top of the submission of the modules for the second quarter. So again, sabi natin mga catch-up plan and agreement po ito. No po? So again, sabi natin, mag-a-adjust tayo no, kung nagdag tayo ng enrollees no, for okay, after September, magdagdag po tayo no, ng November. So again, nagkakaroon tayo ng adjustment. So again, isa pang issue po actually sa division natin is regarding sometimes no yung MOE allocation po ng mga schools no, kaya paulit-ulit si Ate Carmen nagsasabi no, kailangan by this time no ay masabi na natin, report natin on enrollment because this will be the basis now of budget allocation of the CO. Di po ba? Kaya kung minsan nagtataka bakit bumaba yung aming MOE allocation kasi hindi nakapag-update kaagad no, whoever is in charge, your ICT coordinator no, in the school. Yeah? Doon sa ating pong mga no, needed data no, by the CO. Okay? So, yun po. So, kailangan continuous updating po yan. Together po yung ating mga pumapasok, mga bumabagsak na mga anak natin. Yeah? Alright. Okay. So, yung kuminsan, bakit wala kaming budget? Ba't ito nabigyan? Yun namang iba po, nagre-report na hindi naman dapat na i-report. No? I'd just like to comment on this one. Yeah? One of the issues po that I am trying now to resolve habang nakikinig ako kay ma'am would be on, alright, there's a complaint on SPED allocation, no, and misallocation ang sabi ng complaint, ne? Di ba kayo po ang ating ICT ang nag-update no, ng ating enrollees ne, in the MIS, ne? So dapat po yan ay no, updated, complete ang mga yan. So yung iba naman, sobra naman kung mag-encode, nag-encode ng mga programs na wala naman silang hindi sila dapat mag-encode. Kaya nga, nabigyan ng budget. Sabi ko, wala namang spare dito, bakit may ganun po, no? So again, bago po sana, and that's also the responsibility of our school head to monitor the encoding of our ICT, school ICT coordinator in the data po no, of the school. Kailangan tingnan din natin, harmonize natin. Kasi ang daming naisali na budget doon sa mga secondary no, na budget allocation for SPED. No, sabi ko, alisin natin kasi wala namang SPED sa secondary. And those in elementary were not even given po a budget. No? Bakit kaya? So again, no, that is an issue that we are trying no, to assess and check also. Pagkatapos po nito, no, gagawin ko na ng report siya no, sa CO. Alright? Sige. No? Next po tayo. We're done po with the updating. Now, we proceed po. Okay. Yan. Kasama ba dito no, yung ating MOOE. Ne? Preparation and submission of disbursement and liquidation of MOOE. At una pala kitang managing school operations and resources. Okay. So improve disbursement and liquidation rate of school funds. Okay. So preparation, submission of disbursement. Okay. And liquidation of MOOE. Again, kailan natin masasabing you'll be getting 5 here? When every fifth no, of the month, no, nagkakaroon po tayo, we are submitting po no, our liquidation reports no, through your ADAS to the division office. Ne, po, para makakuha kayo ng sa inyong OPCR ng 5. No? So sabi natin dito, sa akin naglagay po ako 100%, 100%. Because this is no one no, of sabi natin, task of our school heads to ensure really that no, the MOE liquidation no, is no, submitted on time. Kasi basis din po ito ng inyong mga PBB, hindi po ba? So kapag unliquidated kayo, may problema kayo sa liquidation, then again, no, who would suffer? Of course, no, the performance of the school head, the performance of your schools, no, your teachers, and later on, it may have po a negative impact no, on the much treasured no, PBB, okay, allocation of the school. Yan po. So hindi kayo magiging best. Nandun lang kayo sa good. Nandun lang kayo sa better. Alright? So again, no, ano ang kailangan? So sabi ko, what could be the facilitating factors? You can at least po no, be on track no, of the preparation of your MOVs, no, your completion report. Kailangan, no, sabi, development of the Gantt chart, okay, planner, kung may planner kayo, no, kailangan, no, before the 5th okay, day of the succeeding month, kailangan po nakaayos na yung ating mga reports. And I think no, this is the number one no, responsibility of our school head. Yeah? So nakakatulong din of course yung ating mga efficient no, ADAS na yan, no, who would be reminding our school heads, okay, nandiyan na po ang ating MOE, nandiyan na po. No? So again, our school heads can ready for their procurement plan. Yeah? So napakahalaga din na may mga efficient tayo and sabihin natin solution focus na mga ADAS. Kasi kung minsan nagkakaproblema on MOE liquidation because of the late reporting also of the ADAS, late reminders of our ADAS. Yeah? And sometimes no, they are not into the solution. They would always no, make the school heads pay. On the extra amounts, no, pwede naman tignan natin maayos yan, no, maayos. So again, coordination of our ADAS, coordination of our school heads, okay, sabi natin open communication, okay, and then sabi natin good rapport between our school heads and no, the team, no, in the preparation of okay reports. Ne? No, sige po. Sunod po tayo. So led in the preparation and submission of financial reportorial requirements. So nandito po, preparation and submission of financial reportorial, kasi kailangan mabasa ko, no? Requirements. So yan po ay monthly, quarterly, semi-annual, and annual ninyong ginagawa at sinasubmit. Ne? So again, no, yung ating performance indicator would be your BFARS reports. Okay? So yung ating mga financial statements, submitted monthly, quarterly, semi-annual. So kahit na hindi mo na nilagay nyo kasi nandun na sa ating first column, submitted, no? Prepared and submitted. Yeah? So 100%. So halimbawa po, no, sa ating mismong MOE utilization, usually po ang inyong, pagbigay ko sample dyan, 78. Yeah? Pero 78,000 ang ating funding requirement, ang gagamitin mo lang sa procurement, yung excess, no, after paying the utilities, no, after paying what? Electrical bills, water bills, yeah, for the school. So yung matitira doon, yung ating ipaplan, no, for procurement. No? Kaya nga sabi natin, yung ating mga reporting would be on or before every 5th of the month. Okay? So, nakalagay po dyan. Dapat na-accomplish natin sa ating mismong target date so we can get 5 no, in your OPCRF. So, paano natin maaring ma-accomplish yan? So, one sample there is Techno-Savvy, Principal, and ADAS. So, kapag magaling ang ating school head, no, hindi na nag-uutos para, sorry lang po for the word, para i-encode natin yung ating mga reportorial requirements and reporting, syempre, no, mabilis alas 4, masasubmit po natin ang mga yan. Okay? Kaya sabi ko, Techno-Savvy. No? Tech-Savvy, Principal, and ADAS. Ne? Sige po, next po tayo. palagi tayong nasa 100%. Management, so naglagay po ako dito, 27,000 na lang. Kasi yun lang natitira. Pagkatapos na ito pala ay self-utilization. Okay, yung pong ating mga self na budget, alright, it differs from one district, it differs from one school to school. Nagkakaiba po yan depending po on the era and also the allocation of the municipality to SEF. Kaya naglagay ako ng sample dito, 27,000 lang. Halimbawa, ang naka-allot po sa isang school from October to July 2021. Pwede natin palitan ngayon, October 2021 to July 2022. Pwede tayong magpalit po dito, pasensya na kasi madaling araw ko pong ginawa ito, dahil kahapon extra busy po kami dito sa CID. We can change that one into 2022, So again, sabi natin itong budget natin for the year na to, sabi natin kailangan natin, usually kapag naibigay yan ng October sa atin, ng munisipyo, that we have to accomplish it, pero yung time frame kasi hindi po natin alam kung kailan ibibigay yung ating budget allocation for SEF. Pero halimbawa, naibigay po sa atin ng October at nagawa nyo ng bumili na kayo, nakagawa na kayo ng inyong procurement plan. Ang procurement plan natin is for the repainting of the school, the building, because of the SBM level of validation. Sige, lalagay natin dito sa status of activity, alright, done, and then on-time release of budget from the municipal SEF. So, yun po ang ating facilitating factor. Pero kung hindi naman, naibigay kaagad at naibigay ito, like for example, magpo-close na yung libro ng munisipyo at naibigay sa inyo, again, hindi nyo na-utilize, again, that's a different story. So, kailangan gusto natin palagi yung on-time release of budget from the municipal SEF. So, naglagay ako dito kung nagawa ito ng October or November for that matter. Sige po. So, dako tayo sa susunod. Sample natin. Okay. So, dako po tayo sa CRA2, objective number 4. Ang objective number 4 natin, improve the efficiency of the management of school data using technology. Yan, ang tawag natin sa division natin for the E is e-governance. So, sabi natin, sa division po natin, matutuwa tayo, may OSA, meron tayong SDO, sabi natin, FB page po, ang SDO Pampanga. In your school, you may utilize also e-systems for governance. So, yun, e-systems for governance manage. Kasi naglagay tayo sa activity management of school data using technology. So, I put there po 100%, So, again, sabi natin, pwede tayong maglagay dyan ng October. Naglagay po ako dyan, July. I-change na lang po natin. Maliliw na ako Kenin, So, at yung naging 2021 to 2022. Alright? So, again, pwede po yung ang date natin sa status of activity would be, alright, done. Kung nagawa po natin yan, for the entire year, alright, that we use e-governance in the submission of reports, in the generation of data, etc. So, yung facilitating factor natin, maaring lagay po natin good internet connectivity, no power interruptions. So, halimbawa, nangangailangan tayo ng yung mga reports na kailangan po ng division office and you need to submit also on time. Kung kayo po ang mga data ninyo, in your system, in the school, then naturally you can submit on time. Pero kung hindi pa existing yung sinasabi nating e-governance at the school level, then it would be really a problem of getting mano-mano po the report. So, kaya napakahalaga na ang techno-savvy, tech-savvy, ang ating ICT core, ang ating principal, ang ating po mga teachers din. And we really salute po the efforts of Sir John Palyasigi in the many trainings conducted already, online trainings conducted to our ICT course and to our teachers as well. Kasi kailangan natin yan for online instruction and online kumusta as well. So again, management is very important. So, kailangan, how do we manage it? Dapat nagbabayad tayo ng regular, ng internet, payment for the internet connectivity. mga teachers natin po, you were given po data of the CO. Now, next po is on improved efficiency of the management. Tapos na ako dito, Ben. No? Next na po tayo. Next. Okay, so next po is objective number 5. Number 5 po is improve the efficiency of procurement of goods and services. For what? Instructional and non-instructional purposes. Instructional, basta for instruction, and sometimes hindi naman siya for yung mga binibili natin for the school, hindi naman siya for instruction. Yeah? Alright. So, ito po nakalagay dito, output indicator natin would be your annual procurement plan and also your PPMP. Yeah? So, yun ang indicator natin and then 100%, 100%. So, sabi natin yung ating APP, kailangan whatever you procured, dapat kasama palagi po sa ating APP yan. Pero sabi kanina ni Ma'am Marcel, can we adjust the AIP? No. Yes, if there are certain issues, certain infusion of budget, pwede naman tayo mag-adjust po dito. Pero naglagay po ako dito sa financial depends on the monthly cash program. So yung ating pong kanina kasi para lang mag-congruent ako sa una, naglagay ako halimbawa 78,000 yung ating monthly cash program. Pero sabi natin yung procurement, it may not be really 78,000 because you have to pay for the utilities, for electric bill, water bill, etc. Yeah? So again, sabi natin, paano natin maaring ma-implement yung ating procurement plan? Ang aking po nalagay dito, availability of goods in the DBM, or reputable stores. Kung wala po doon sa DBM, sometimes nagkakaroon ng quotation po, nagkakaroon ng quotations, yung back natin are mobilized, back members are mobilized to look for reputable store, so they can procure the necessary materials really needed po by the school. So again, pwede po nating mailagay yun ang kwento dito, facilitating factor. Pero kung hindi naman, wala tayo nakalagay doon sa ating plan, anong pwede nating gawin. So magkakaroon po tayo ng mga hindering factors doon. Okay? So dako na tayo sa objective number 6, updated the property, plant, and equipment inventory, the PPEI. This is the work of our nagkakatang property custodian po in the school. Po. So, PPEI report updated. So, updating, so updated. So, ito pong kanyang updating na to is very dependent on the deliveries po in the school. Like for example po, yung ating mga dumating na mga learning resources for quarters 3 and 4. Hopefully by now, nahuli nung last year. Tapos na po ang quarter 3 and quarter 4 na dumating yan from the CO. From the CO po, And then, so anong gagawin? Kung sakali po may dumating tayo na mga deliveries, ang trabaho lang ng ating property custodian is to record, all these deliveries po, in your record book. Kaya naglagay ako dito 100%, 100%. Kasi po sabi natin ang ating mga property custodians are not given na full load po in the school. So, to work out with these inventories po needed by the school as well. So naglagay po ako dyan, kung quarterly ito, October 2021 to December 2021. So maaring ang ating pong accomplish ba yan with the quarter? Ano ba yung mga deliveries natin? Ang mga new deliveries po natin yan, mga homeroom guidance modules. So kailan po yan na-deliver? Hopefully, madi-deliver po yan ng November 2021. As based po from our pre-procurement po yesterday. So yung status of activity, wala pa ako nilagay. So dapat, by November 2021, na-deliver po yung ating mga homeroom guidance modules po yan. So kung hindi naman na-deliver, pwede tayong maglagay late delivery of quarters 3 and 4 learning resources. So pwede pong maglagay ng ganon na remark. So gusto natin palagi yung on-time delivery because particularly in the implementation of our curriculum, kailangan po at least a week before the implementation of the competency of a subject, kailangan na-deliver po yung ating mga learning resources or yung ating mga printed SLMs. No? So again, sabi ko, you can adjust po on the date targeted here and the date accomplished based po on your OPCRF. Naglagay lang ako ng quick sample po natin. Next, usog na po tayo. No? Nag-school head po akong bigla dito. No? Okay, CRA. Number 3. The CRA number 3 is the target also of the Curriculum Implementation Division, focusing on teaching and learning. So nakalagay po dyan, led in the preparation of the school, BE, lagay po natin siguro dyan, LC, kasi po itong objective natin ito, old objective ito. Ngayon, we call it BELCOP, and in managing programs for, okay, curriculum, yeah, for managing programs na for, okay, curriculum. Ano bang nakalagay? 1. Napasobra na po ako. Curriculum implementation, localization of curricula, and learning delivery. So, yun po yung sa number 1. So, dito po sa ating mismong activity, ang nilagay ko, preparation of school basic education, learning continuity operation plan. So, dito po na-adjust ko na BLCOP, the crafting of accomplishment report based on LCOP, focus on curriculum. So, again, school BLCOP and the ACR, dapat po talaga nasubmit na po ito, and I'm so happy that our school heads were able to submit to the leadership of our education program supervisors and PSDSS last September 13, 2021. So dito lahat kayo 100%. Okay? When you have already finished crafting your BLCOP, you are now on the implementation of the programs, projects, and activities. Sabi nga natin, there could be adjustments as well while you are implementing your PPAs. No? So, pwede naman po magkaroon ng konti pang adjustment doon. So, naglagay po ako doon sa crafting ng minimal of 1,500. Okay? So, dito, naglagay ako ng targeted date because I knew for a fact that you created your BLCOP in August and then yung submission po natin September 13, 2021. So, done tayong lahat dyan. And then, yung remarks natin, you have the creation of the SPT, the ready and available data, conducted survey through Google Forms, supported community leaders. So, yun po yung mga facilitating factors natin, why you were able to comply in the submission of your BE and COP. Okay? So, ngayon, nag-i-implement po tayong lahat. Next po. Focusing on teaching and learning, objective number 2, led and managed development of local curriculum materials on critical content. So this is not only the work of the EPSS, but also sabi natin you are mandated as instructed by the as CO, OC, sabi natin the Office of the Undersecretary for Curriculum and Instruction, you are also mandated to create also materials. In here po naglagay ako, sorry po thank you po. Silbang nag-assist po sa akin, ma'am friends. Okay, thank you so much po. So, naglagay po ako dito instructional supervision. So, ano bang target natin for instructional supervision? If you are large school, siguro 20 classroom observations for the quarter, 100%. Pero hindi mo ito, kunwari, hindi mo po na-accomplish yung ating 20 classroom observations na yan. Ang target natin is 100%, but you were only able to accomplish 90%. Okay, so ibig sabihin ilan po yun ang hindi nyo na-observe ng mga teachers. So again, wala naman tayong budget when you are conducting online monitoring of classroom observation. So halimbawa, September 13 until November 12, kasi natapos ang first quarter natin ng November 12 po, school year. So again, done na yan. Pero bakit hindi mo na-accomplish? Siguro nagkaroon ng ng power outage sa school ninyo when there was a scheduled online classroom monitoring, classroom observation, you failed to do it. O kaya pwede natin ilagay diyan, overlapping activities, SBM validation. So hindi mo na push through yung ating plan for classroom observation, then that's the reason why you got 90% only of the target 100%. So again, nasa inyo pong mga rason kung ano pong pwede nating ilagay. It can be hindering factors, it can be also facilitating factors depending on your accomplishment. So next po, dito ko inilagay din po, sabi natin yung mga programs natin. While it is true that in the OPCR of the principal, sometimes you fail to mention po some of the PPAs, in here napakahalaga na maglagay tayo ng remedial instruction. That's a program. And our targets would be, like for example po in the division, decrease of English non-readers, decrease of Filipino non-readers, decrease of non-numerates. From. So again, sa isang quarter, maaring incremental yung decrease natin. So, halimbawa, 40, dapat kada quarter, nababawasan tayo ng 10, Dito naman sa mga Filipino non-readers, kung ang ating mga non-readers po ay 20, dapat bawat quarter, 5 ang nababawasan natin. Or kung sobra doon, still, it's 100%. Thank you po, Marco. So, and then, for number 3 po, decrease of the non-numerates, again, ang ating data, the basis nyo is 40, during the conduct of the post, project okay? So, meron kayo pang natitira dyan na 40, non-numerates. Again, we have to ensure that this 40 would be, at our target at the end of the school year would be 0 non-numerates, 0 non-readers. Kaya dapat na-achieve natin. And so, dito, kung sa first quarter natin, ang target natin, sabi natin 35. So 87.5%. Dito, 15, 100%. 100%. So again, bakit kaya, imbes na maging 30 na lang sa quarter, yung ating mga non-numerates ay hindi po natin na-accomplish. Meron po ako nilagay na reason dito sa dulo. Kunwari lang ito. So dito makikita natin, parents lack of time in assisting their children. Working parents ang nailagay ko. Because if you have to look at the omnibus guidelines for PTA po ngayon, sinasabi ng provision ng DepEd order na yon ng mga parents natin ay mga facilitators of learning. And if parents po are really working, then they cannot really supervise closely their children's education. And that's the reason why sometimes we have still per quarter the non-readers in English and Filipino, and also the non-numerates po in mathematics. So kunwari po ang aking lagay po dito ay working parents, parents lack time in assisting their children, kaya yung mga magulang natin are uneducated. Pwede po maging rason yan, hindering factor. So, maari siguro ang reason din, the lack of materials for remediation. So, hindering factor po yan. Pero kung naabot ninyo ang 100%, facilitating factors would be siguro yung mga highly committed teachers, reading teachers. Maaring ang inyong facilitating factor could be the presence of creative innovative reading materials in different contexts. So yun siguro ang pwede nating ilagay po doon as facilitating factors po. So again, sabi natin doon natin pwedeng ilagay po yung ating mga programs because admit it or not, we have this issue in our division. Lahat po ng mga bumabagsak, pwede nating ilagay doon yung ating mga learners not meeting grade level of the expectations. In here, in the next one, led and managed for the development of local curriculum materials. So, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, we are mandated and in fact, in the office of the Undersecretary for Finance, pwede nating makuha po yung ating mga gastusin in the reproduction of materials from our MOOE, from the division MOOE as well. At tayo, humihingi din po tayo ng support in the printing of the learning resources from our stakeholders, particularly yung ating po provincial LGUs po, yung ating pong CEF fund. So dito kunwari, ang nandito lang ninyo ay development. So dapat sa development, ilan ba ang target natin? 204 learning materials in 9 subjects. So kunwari lang po ito, kunwari ito po ang inyong output indicator. And how did I arrive with the 204? Siyempre, meron po tayong 6 grade levels. Meron po tayong 9 subjects including the MTBMLE, for elementary. So sa secondary, you have to, at least meron kayong 8 learning areas, times 4 quarters, times 4 grade levels. So pwede po tayong ganun mag-target. And then, kung na-achieve natin, 51, 100%, that's your target. Nakalagay sa output indicator, yun ang bilang for every quarter. The target mo is 100%, 51 dapat, pero na-accomplish lang ninyo is 88%. And what could be then, may budget ka naman, na 10,000 na-utilize. what could be then the problem, no? So ilalagay po natin dun sa remarks, no, yung mga naging issues natin and challenges natin in the development of learning, in the creation of learning resources. Yan po. So meron po akong inilagay din doon na ano po, siguro po ang hindering natin additional responsibilities in SBM, MOB's preparation, divergent focus of our teachers, dahil nga sa imbes na o kaya overlapping activities, pwede po nating ilagay ang ganoon. So again, kung naman na-achieve mo ang 100%, siguro yung monitoring of materials development by milestone. So, by grade level, meron po kayong tinarget na by grade level muna ng ganitong date. So yun po, pwede nating mailagay as facilitating factor why you were able to accomplish such. Yan po. Kasi napakahalaga ng nag-target tayo ng isang activity, dapat na monitor po yung creation, yung quality assurance, po, and the finalization of the outputs as well. So, punta tayo sa susunod po. Kasama po dito yung objective number 3, led in the development of contextualized assessment tools to measure learners' achievement. So dito, dahil kasama yan sa inyong OPCR, so kailangan you have to ensure that teachers would create assessment tools. Di ba meron po tayong mga summative assessment tools dyan. So every quarter, kailangan lagay ako 204. Yeah? So again, hindi lang dapat na-develop yan. Pwede pa tayong magdagdag ng ng verb dyan, development and quality assurance of summative assessment tools. So they were not only developed, but they were quality assured by our master teachers, by our head teachers, prior to assessment period. Yan po. So naglagay po ako dyan ng, syempre printing ng mga yan, naglagay ako ng 10,000 per quarter, but it depends on the population of the school. Yan po. Yan ano po ba ang nilagay ko dito na, alright. Meron ba akong factor? Subject coordinators and MTs quality assured assessment tool. So yun po ang kwento ninyo. Kaya, kung naabot ninyo, yung ating 100%. O kaya naman, kung hindi nyo naabot, it can be overlapping of activities, of our designated, sabi natin, content and language editors or validators. So, yun po ay mga possible, possible, sabi natin, remarks na pwede natin ilagay. It depends on your accomplishment rate. Yan po. So, dako po tayo sa susunod. Baka tayo ay umabot ng alas 12. CRA number 4. Pwede na ba tayo, dear? CRA number 4, developing self and others, implemented the school HRMD plan. Paano po kayo gumagawa ng mga plano? Diba, sa panahon ni Ma'am Mostoles, yung ating mga, sabi natin, Slack, yung mga ginagawa po yung mga yan, ay at the school level lamang. Pero of course, syempre, yung the change, based on the change in management, sometimes nagkakaroon po kayo ng mga submission of mga inset plans to the division. It depends on top managers. So dito, meron kayong school HRMD plan and accomplishment. Itong ating HRMD, again, it is based on the data gathered, particularly on the TNA, the CHINA of your schools, of your teachers. Ano ba yung mga needs po ng mga teachers natin? O kaya naman kung minsan, yung pong ating data na maaring na basis for the plan would be again, on your classroom observations. Yung mga classroom observations natin can be the basis. Yung mga strengths and weaknesses po ng mga teachers natin, pwede po natin magkamit as basis in the development of the plan. Ngayon, kung hindi nyo na-accomplish yung plan natin, it could be your remarks here, overlapping activities, low internet connectivity, power interruption. Kasi you're not able to get the 100%. Yan po. So again, sabi natin, kung ang nilagay nyo ay 4 insets, nagkaroon kayo ng target na 4 insets for the entire year, pero meron kayong hindi na-accomplish, so again, you have to indicate in the remark section the reasons why. Po. And then, next na po tayo, So again, sabi natin, pwede kayo maglagay naman ng budget dyan na pwedeng makuha natin from the MOOE. Next po, again, developing self and others. Sinilagay ko po objective number 2, participated and organized professional networks for colleagues. Ito po, lahat naman tayo members ng mga professional organization. So halimbawa po, nilagay ko dito participation in the professional networks by teachers and school personnel. So halimbawa po, ang mga teachers nyo ay 46, kayong lahat ay 46 membership too. So yun po ang ating performance output indicator. Lahat sila, they were able to join in professional organization. So it's 100%. Kahit natutulog tayo, masasagutan natin lahat sila ay member na kayo as a principal, you're member of the PESPIRE. Now, some of you are members of the Talaturo, no? Our publication in SDO Pampanga. Okay, yung iba naman ay members ng mga teachers club, no, in the district, no, or in the municipality. So, sigurado po ako 100% lahat kayo dyan. Next po, objective number 3. Objective number 3 would be on evaluated the performance of teachers and non-teaching staff based on the RPMS. So again, this is the work of the principal, no, conducting validation of the performance of our teachers, no, yearly. So kung 46 sa mga teachers mo, 46 no, evaluated IPCRF of school personnel. So 100% yan. Dapat lahat po sila. Whatever the descriptive no, evaluation no, or rating of our teachers, no, and personnel, dapat na-evaluate po natin, hindi yan. So, maaring ang nalagay nyo doon, lahat naman nakakapag-evaluate po. No? So, okay, so, ngayon, ginagawa natin, pwede yung face-to-face na validation of the IPCRF. No? Sumunod po tayo dyan, yung ating objective number 4, implemented professional learning and development initiatives. O, parintana, Beth? O, paritana kita ang IPCR, yani Professional Learning and Development Initiatives. So again, ang nakalagay po dito, based on the template po given to you by the division, competent output is competent school personnel. So again, aside from those no stipulated in the HRMD plan, maaring no ito po mga initiatives pwede pa kayong maglagay no mga additional initiatives or plan. Sabi ko nga, anong basis mo dito? Maaari siguro yung ating mga classroom observation. Maaari siguro yung mga reporting ng mga teachers natin. Maaari siguro kung may mga problema ka in terms of the behavior of our teachers. So again, sabi natin, pwede, no, kaya naman yung ICT competency no, ng mga teachers natin. So pwede po tayong maglagay dito ng 1 to 2 no, for the year. Yung kaya lang ninyo as school heads, they accomplish. No, yun po ang ilagay ninyo dyan. Yan po. So yung kaya lang, 1 ang kaya mo, alright? Kung 2 ang kaya natin, sige po, on top of those no, reflected no, in the HRMD plan. Yeah? CRA number 4 tayo, developing self and others. Objective number 5. Okay. Recognize outstanding performance. Ito po, napakaganda nito. Of teaching and non-teaching personnel by the end of the rating period. Now, we do not wait no, for the closure of the school year before we recognize people. In fact, in our division, di ba, meron po tayong Teachers Month celebration. And in here, we recognize the efforts no, of our teachers, particularly the module writers, our videographers, our winners, no, our coaches, no, in the different competitions and also our learners. Pero kini kakabit na po personnel, our school personnel. So, pwede kayong mag-award, mag-recognize during Teachers' Day celebration at the school level at pwede naman no, doon sa closing exercises natin po at the school. Pwede tayo pong mag-reward din, mag-recognize ng ating mga teachers. No? So, dapat naman ang lahat ma-recognize. Why? Because we want to sustain po the enthusiasm, the passion, the commitment of our teachers in the teaching profession. Yeah? So, remarks. So, yan. Naglagay tayo. Teachers' Day celebration, closing exercises, solicitation of plaques and tokens. So, yun ang kwento natin. Why you were able to conduct or implement this particular activity. Okay. Tatana kitang CRA number 5. On building connections. In building connections, as a work of those involved po king principle number 4, king SBM, king partnership po ini. So here, sabi natin, led in the generation of additional resources based on the needs of schools through partnership and linkages. although we have the school head, sometimes we are being helped also on the generation of additional resources by our PTA officers, no? By our, Rekia Katamo masipag, matena ka na mestra, no? Who have friends outside, no? Rekia Katamong alumni, Rekia Katang successful alumni of the school, no? We can solicit, no? The much needed support, no? Pati kung minsan family members tamo mag-solicit tamo. Why? Because again, we want to improve not only the physical facilities there, but also we want to improve the processes in the school. Kaya puro na pong kain solicitation. All right. Okay. So again, how are you being helped? Yeah. How are you being helped? So in kay Puken, it's not only you working on this particular OPCRF, you are also being helped sometimes by the LGUs. Kasi on top of your reporting here, halimbawa, kaya kang report Kenny 500,000 to 1 million, because of your charisma, because of your siguro very good relationship with your teachers and with your external stakeholders, you will be able to solicit more than even what you have targeted in the output indicator. Pero kebit mo Kenny 500,000 to 1 million. Po. So again, if you have very supportive stakeholders, then you can put it there in your remark section. O kaya mag-donate po kayo from a particular reputable organization in the putting up of building, in the putting of reading center, radio room. Yan po nakakaswelo in our division because of proper allocation of budget. Some of our school heads were able to put up already their RBI rooms both in elementary and the secondary. And then of course, materials, equipment there in the RBI, they were solicited from friends and also donors. Po. So kaniya po lulog mo naman po ito. So again, 100%. So itang kaya katamong kay Kenny, kay Betaya po from September 2021 to June 2021. Next tamo, objective. Okay, so generation. Objective number 2 po, creation of MOA and MOU with partners. So, Kenny, kailangan, kilala mo po rin MOU at MOU, that you want to be part of your plan for your OPCR. So, pwede yung 1 or 2, naglagay po ako dito, at least 2, created with partners. So, dito po, kailangan kung naglagay po kayo ng dalawa, dear school heads, dapat meron nga kayong dalawa pong MOA, signed with your partners. So, 100%, 100%. So, sabi natin, active involvement of external stakeholders will be your facilitating factor. MOA yung sasabihan tamo po, Kenny. For objective number 3, ensured sustainability of existing partnership. I want to commend here our PSDS in Santa Ana because she was able to sustain partnership with Holy Cross College. Okay, I would like also to commend Ma'am Lolet in Guagua, because of the active partnership with the municipality. Our ALS learners are benefiting from ALS classes po in the Guagua radio FM 99.9. So masaya po tayo, nasusustain natin yung mga partnerships pong iyan. Okay, and also Ma'am Ning Quiros in Guagua as well. Okay. So ito po, sustainability of partnerships. So kailangan ang output indicator natin would be list of yung ating mga sustained partners po natin. Okay? So punta na tayo sa ating CRA. Okay, number 5, objective. Okay, number 4. Number 4 natin is created a culture of inclusive practice on the following: gender sensitivity, physical and mental health awareness, and also culture responsiveness. So dito po, sabi ng creation of inclusive practice nyo, anong mga pwede mong ilagay? Yung mga programs po ninyo, activities po in your school. Like for example, yung GAD, mandated naman po yan, wellness program, if you have the wellness program. And also yung ating mga special programs as well. So nasa inyo po yung mga special programs po ninyo sa school. So ang nakalagay lang dito, documentation of inclusive practices created. So 100% po ang aking nailagay dito. So this will be from September 2021 as we open our classes until June of next year, 2022. Again, yun naman pong budget natin sa GAD, yung 5% natin of the gross MOE, is really allotted for the GAD activities. But then for the wellness program, pwede po kayong mag-allot based on your cash program. After po na procure natin yung iba, we can also allot for the wellness program. O kaya na may mga special programs natin for those implementing special programs in our division. Like kung may mga ALS tayo, may mga iPad po tayo, may multigrade tayo, meron po tayong SPED. So, pwede po natin ilagay dito yung ating program po dyan sa mismong activity natin. Basta we have to document only our best practices on inclusive program so that anytime that there will be validators of your implementation of the program, then you are very much ready. Kasi last week po, ako talaga natutuwa ako sa team ng team po ni na Ma'am Paz, ka-team ko po ang mga yan. Actually, I'm so happy with my teammates. Why? In spite of the many voluminous work here at the office, I cannot really go with them. Kasi sunod-sunod po yung ating safe, tapos yung ating sustainability, then we have the validation for the special programs, po. So hindi ako nakakasama doon sa aming team, because I need to stay in the office. Pero po sila, tulad ng SPED na validate pa lang po tayo sa inclusive programs last week. So we need to prepare a lot of documents and MOVs for this one. That indeed that we are monitoring, that indeed we are overseeing po the implementation also of the special programs po at the school level. Kaya pati po ako nag-observe ng mga classes sa SPED. So just to ensure that our templates for the monitoring of the special programs are also being utilized and captured at the school level as well. So, kailangan lang ma-document natin. Ang gaganda po ng mga feedbacks ng ating mga validators last time in the special program last week. Kung may maraming commendations, pero syempre we also learn in the giving of technical assistance by our regional people, by Sir Bendel and Sir Paing Rubio last week. So, yun po, yung pong pwede nating mailagay doon po sa number 4, okay, na sample. Okay, sample po na pwede nyo ilagay and you can put there your kwento, other remarks, yung ating mga kwento for the obstacles and challenges, or pwede naman po yung kwento natin, reasons why you were able to implement inclusive practices po in your school. Okay? So yun po ang mga binabanggit natin. May kwento ka at may kwenta. May kwenta dito sa output indicators, and then sabi natin may kwento. Paano natin na-achieve po ang mga yan, na-accomplish ang mga yan. At bakit hindi natin po na-accomplish ang mga yan dun sa ating remarks section as well. Okay? So, kung may mga questions po kayo, pwede rin kayong magtanong. Pero sometimes, it's a must that from time to time, we try to evaluate po our practices and also our accomplishments and unaccomplished targets in our OPCR, particularly the SMEA reporting. Why? Sabi natin, we want to improve our processes. We want to improve our service delivery. We want to improve curriculum implementation. We want to improve learning outcomes of our kids who are practically at home, okay, being reared, being nurtured, being coached by their family members. So, yun po, at the end of the day, we are conducting, a collaborative or consolidation of our reporting on our accomplishments, and also those which we were not able to accomplish, and reporting to the faculty members, to the stakeholders, so we can address collaboratively po those which we were not able to accomplish, and to rejoice with the little successes that we have in school. So sabi po natin, it's a must that little accomplishments should be celebrated by the team. Maliit man o malaki, kailangan tayong mag-celebrate Why? No? To sustain po the efforts of our people. To sustain the motivation, the commitment, the perseverance of our people working with us. No? Daily, no, day in and day out. No? So napakahalaga that we commend, we recognize efforts of the different internal and external stakeholders even, okay, so that we can have improve practices po in the school and improve ratings of our OPCRF and also IPCRF and SMEPA reporting as well. Okay? So sometimes palagi pong binabanggit, less is more. Less is more, no? And that is the Pareto principle. Yeah? Less is more, no? Less projects, less activities may have sabi natin, a possible and a positive outputs or impact in the school. Sometimes when we have plenty of PPAs, then sometimes the efforts and also the focus of people would be diverted, okay? And sometimes we cannot accomplish so much. Yeah? So, kung minsan less, ito lang, pero ang dami nating mga na-accomplish, ang daming mga impact na po ng ating mga activities pong iyan. Yeah? So, to end, gusto ko lang i-congratulate yung team ng SGOD for conducting this orientation. Sabi ko nga, we are always working as a team in SDO Pampanga. Whatever the activity of the SGOD, sometimes we interface with them. It's like this one. Okay, I would always have my 100% support to the activity of the SGOD. In the same way that they have also their 100% support with our programs, projects, and activities as well. Specifically, in mga trainings po namin, naka 100% naming kasupport ang SGOD HRTS po dyan. And we also value po the support of our top managers, our superintendent, our assistant superintendents, in the crafting of our plans and approval of our plans, even in SDO Pampanga. We also salute the concerted efforts of our people in SDO. Per functional division po, lahat yan nagtatrabaho kahit na hindi mo i-monitor. They are kept also on track. Okay, they are kept on their toes to really follow through on their mandates. So, my salute, my congratulations to everyone. Kaya nga sa Pampanga, it's one day one Pampanga, at palagi natin it's the Sustainability Award. Sabi natin, sulong-sulong, sa sulong, tulong-tulong sa kalidad na edukasyon. We cannot really achieve quality in the division and in at the school level as well without concerted efforts of the people, Sabi natin, the most important resource or the most important human capital in our organization. And to everyone, maraming salamat po in the support of our SDO PPAs. And because of that, we were pronounced as the second best division in the Secretary Award for Excellence on curriculum implementation. And we will not get that particular rank without the support of the SGOD and the OSDS and the top managers as well. And our dual school heads and teachers who have conscientiously and continuously implement the PPAs of the CID as well. So, sabi po, growth is never by mere chance. Growth is never by mere chance. Lahat po tayo, it is the result of the forces of people working together. So, salute and congratulations po to everyone. Maraming salamat po.
Ayan. So maraming salamat po Dr. Celia R. Lacanlale. Congratulations din po sa inyo, Napakaraming awards po ang nakukuha ng ating division because of your effort po, Dr. Celia R. Lacanlale. Maraming salamat po. At nasabi po ni Ma'am Cel that Smea is not done by only one person but it should be done collaboratively by the whole team. Maraming salamat po. Ayan. So napakadetalye po ng discussion po ni Ma'am Cel, So sana ay nakuha nyo na po kung ano po yung dapat nating ilagay dun sa mga columns ng activity, output indicators, physical, financial, data targeted, data accomplished, status of the activity, and the remarks. Ayan, maraming salamat po. And before we move on to our closing remarks, again, a good thanks po to our very dynamic and very reliable school heads po. No? Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat sa pagsali sa ating orientation ito. Once again po, maraming salamat din sa ating laging on the go na school head para tumulong po sa atin ngayon. Si Ma'am Brendaline Liwanag. Ayan, maraming salamat po. And of course, our very dependable ITO in the School Division Office of Pampanga, si Sir John Paul Palyasigi. Maraming salamat, Sir John. A huge thanks also to our two magnificent chiefs of SGOD and CID, Dr. Arcely Santos Lopez and Dr. Celia R. Nacanlale. Thank you po for the gift of time, expertise, and knowledge. We love you both po. Maraming salamat. We also like to thank our participants po, no? Umabot po tayo ng more than 1,500 viewers both on YouTube and FB page. So maraming salamat po. Kasama din po sa mga viewers natin ang mga masisipag at competent na supervisors, the education program supervisors, and public schools district supervisors. I think this is the right time to appreciate our supervisors dahil napapabilis po ang mga reporting and everything that the office needs because of our supervisors. Kasi sila po ang may first-hand connection sa ating field. So to all our EPS and PSDSS all over Pampanga, maraming salamat po. We do appreciate you. This Smea will be more easier because of our supervisors. Kudos po sa inyong lahat. Ayan. And to all our principals, maraming salamat po sa effort na binibigay po ninyo para sa ating mga estudyante at para sa ating mga kaguruan. Yan. Maraming salamat po. And for our closing remarks, let's have the brain of this orientation, the untiring Senior Education Program Specialist of SMME, Madam Michelle D. Mejia. Hello.
It's 15 p.m. Thank you, Sir Robin. Greetings po to our dear OIC SDS, Dr. Melissa Sanchez, of course, our ASDS, Dr. Shirley Zipagan, who's just as equally brilliant and hardworking as Mamel. Our two precious cells, somebody's calling. Of course, our SGOD Chief and CID Chiefs, Dr. Arcely Lopez and Dr. Celia Lacanlale, our superb resource persons. Of course, our EPSS and PSDSS. And of course, our school MNE teams with, of course, their school heads and coordinators, and all in attendance watching us live via FB and YouTube through DepEd Tayo and DepEd Pampanga. A very happy, grace-filled, and productive day to all of you. A while back, our ESCO chief put emphasis on the Mea technology as a strategy, as a mechanism. The implementation of these M&E systems, of course, is necessary to monitor the school's performance and as well as accomplishments, their progress, providing key information for important management decisions and an important evidence, likewise, of performance accountability, as well as inclusive and responsive management structure and established process. Our CID chief also has clearly, comprehensively presented and discussed the Mea templates. These are better and improved tools that we use in reporting. This and a couple of other orientations have already been provided, have already been conducted so that our school leaders would better understand, of course, the Mea phases, the processes, of course, the tools that would eventually facilitate better reporting mechanism. But this time, we involve not only our school heads, but the rest of the Mea implementers, whom we also expect to have learned significantly from this important engagement, and to whom we leave the challenge to continuously improve organizational health and performance, as well as service delivery. And together, we constantly and consistently strive for school effectiveness, of course, through continuous improvement, where monitoring and evaluation is key. For without it, failure, as they say, is inevitable and certain. And while it is true that the preparation of periodic, meaning quarterly SMEA reports is certain to happen, we also would like you to level up in terms of school presentation and validation of your respective accomplishments with your, of course, stakeholders, and leveling up even with quarter, district, or cluster MEA presentations, which we definitely would like to look forward to. At this juncture, we would like to thank everyone who joined us in this endeavor. Of course, our gratitude to our OIC, SDS, and ASDS, our brilliant speakers, to our SMEA TWG, of course, special thanks and special mention to our IT officer, Sir John Paul Polyasiki. We thank you so much, Bob, for your continuous effort, support, and assistance to help us. And also to our tech support, Ma'am Brenda Liwanag from Magalang North District, no? With our perennial MC, our efficient EPS, Sir Robin the Great Perez from, of course, the School Management Monitoring and Evaluation Section. Finally, they say teamwork is the ability to work together toward a common vision, the ability to direct individual accomplishments toward organizational objectives. It is the fuel that allows common people to attain uncommon results. So let us continue to make SMEA a way of life. It's my fervent prayer that we all see the beauty and the value, of course, of SMEA. So let's continue our MEA journey towards quality learning. We are one DepEd, one Pampanga. Mayap at magrasyang oras po kay katabungan. God bless everyone and thank you.
Ayan, maraming salamat po sa inyong mensahe, Madam Michelle D. Mejia. Ayan, so napakaganda ni Ma'am Michelle Mejia in pink, no? Maraming salamat po sa inyong closing remarks. And as a final quotation po, no? And let me quote this: leadership is the capacity to transform a vision into reality. End of quote. This is SMEA. It's not that hard to do. By means of doing this religiously, everything will run smoothly and easily as you practice this time after time. We can do this into reality by a collaborative effort for all our teams po, no? Indeed, it's a fruitful orientation. Maraming salamat po sa lahat. Again, this has been Robin D. Perez and this is the Vision SMEA Orientation 2021. Keep safe everyone and to God be the glory. Ingat po.